have Shelly again from the DMV. Shelly's Homestead Hideaway. I love that so much. And we're still waiting for
Hey, y'all.
Cynthia from CC's Texas. But we just wanted to come on. So y'all, StreamYard changed, right? And they offer you a what is it called? Yeah.
Riverside or
Before we
something
get
like
into
that.
that, let me vent for a little bit. So I had been on StreamYard since October, right? Since then they had so many updates. And so now a reusable studio. So I created one for the garden chat. If we're gonna do it every 2 weeks or so, we just have the same link. But it looks like in the studio, I have to create the stream so that the notification to go on YouTube. I'm not sure. Anyway, so that's what I was doing. I told Lisa, I said, I'm gonna take everybody out and I'm gonna hit live, hit the live button and start asking me all these questions. I'm like, wait a minute. This is usually before I hit the live button. But anyway, we're gonna get it together. Yes, I have a little StreamYard overlay. I just thought I'd let you know because sometimes people are like, oh, is this live? Yes, it is live. Right now, all I'm doing is live stuff. I'm not recording stuff and editing. I'm not doing none of that. Okay. So welcome. I'm here with Gardner Lisa from Alabama. I have Shelly Homestead Hideaway. I got to get that in my brain. And then we got Jackie, and we're gonna get Jackie a YouTube channel in a minute. We'll get Jackie a YouTube channel in a minute, but I thank you all for coming on. So we're gonna do it again, like we did last week. Introduce yourself, let people know where you're from, how you're gardening, and maybe go ahead and add how you got started for those that may have never been here before. And if you are here, you've never been here before, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome again. We are glad to have you. Also, please share this out. Like the video. If you want to subscribe, hit subscribe so you'll know we coming back. All right. So go ahead, hit the like so the people can see that we're on. Share it as a post in on your YouTube channel and all that beautiful stuff. All right. Okay, Lisa, take it away.
Well, I'm Lisa, and I am in North Alabama, Grow Zone 8A, and I garden by raised beds, containers, pots, whatever I can plant a vegetable in. I grow it that way. So that's it. And it turned real cold today. It had been in like upper
Yeah,
60s.
give us the temperature because your real cold is not our real cold.
Well, today the high was like 37, and then it was downhill all day. And I came home from church and stood out there trying to cover stuff because in the morning it's supposed to be like 20.
It's getting cold for y'all. I got 21 degrees, feels like 4, but you know,
Ooh.
it's relative.
I told you I don't get negativity in my life, and that's negative temperatures.
Mm-mm.
All right, Jackie, go ahead, introduce yourself, Jackie.
I'm Jacqueline Phillips from Four Seasons Garden. I garden in all 4 seasons. I'm in Northern Virginia. I'm in Zone 7A, and I garden mainly in what they call SIPs, which is sub-irrigated planters. That means that you put them in planters that waters from the bottom up. And I keep those containers nice and full so my plants have all the water they need during the season. And that's how I grow in the summer, all that summertime, and then indoors hydroponically, using mainly AeroGardens, and then Hope Garden is my other fun hydroponics. So hand it off to the next person.
Girl, that was a mouthful, but it is so good to have you and your experience here, Jacqueline, because you definitely are bringing something different to the mix. So for those that do not know me, my name is Shelly, and my new channel name, I told y'all the last chat that I was going to start a YouTube channel. It is officially Shelly's Homestead Hideaway. So in Shelly's Homestead Hideaway, I'm going to focus on gardening and raised beds. I'm going to be creating little hideaway, spots for serenity, because gardening to me really it brings me a peace of mind. And so when I'm out there, it is my little hideaway, which is why I came up with that name. I do vegetables. I do fruit. I am going to be incorporating more herbs this year. What else? I'm in Zone 7A, not too far from Jacqueline in Northern Virginia, wherever that is. What else? What else am I supposed to share? That it?
Is that it? No, we just do an introduction.
Okay. No, that's not it. So I'm going to try to drop a link in the chat. There are no videos on my channel yet, but I'm going to drop my channel link in there so you guys can follow me. And in future episodes, this will be streaming on Shelly's Homestead Hideaway.
All right. So I am Rashida Brundage, Rashida Monique on this channel. I am gardening in Zone 6A in Michigan, and I garden in ground and in raised beds. Currently, we are going through a winter storm. Okay. We got 5 inches on Thursday, and we got 3+ this morning. So we're just which actually in itself, it ain't a lot of snow, but we ain't been having all this snow. We just been having cold. So but yeah, so I'm here. I've been gardening for girls, going on 10 years. 2015 is my first solo garden. So we're going to call it 10 years. And so I'm just happy to be here amongst all these ladies that I can learn from and have fun with. And all of you that have been watching and having input. I love Netta's Nest. I always enjoy her. And she's talking about, girl, listen. Uh-oh. Is that my internet going out? Everybody had a circle. All right.
We can still hear you.
Yeah.
Y'all can still hear me? All right.
Yeah, we can still hear you. We can still see
hey,
you.
guys, desire for me. Y'all can still see me. I can see y'all now. All right.
Well, I have a question real quick. I hate to
to
interrupt you. Sheeta.
Go ahead.
So questions in the comments here on the live stream are just from your channel, correct?
Yes.
Or will I see them on my channel?
Assume so. No, because I think on your channel it shows up with the. Lisa, are you streaming to your channel? Because some of Lisa's comments have a recorder on it,
link,
like the wheel to wheel. Yeah, Shelly, yours has hello. Everyone in the chat has wheel to wheel, but I don't know. Or the little attachment. I'm
on Rashida's on my phone.
Okay, I'm trying to learn this thing.
I never have been able
that's
to.
all right. We're gonna learn it together. Somebody go to Shelly's page. No, but are you streaming too?
Yeah, it's streaming on my regular
your
channel.
Cat Eye. Your Cat Eyes MD.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So somebody can go to Cat Eyes MD and leave a comment, and that'll give us the answer right there. And just put in commenting from Shelly's page.
Look. Actually, I have the page up, so let's see what happens.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's all right. Here. We not in person. This is real stuff, y'all. We not curated over here. I can't even function like that. I'll be stressed out and everything. So,
it's not on my channel. I don't know. I never have been able to figure that out. So,
okay.
You have to link it out before you join.
Yeah, we'll figure it out next time for sure.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right. So, anybody have any updates? I have updates on here as I list between last week and this week. What do you want to update us on? And you can go ahead and add the weather. I have weather on here, so go ahead and add the weather to it. The last 2 weeks.
Well, I'll jump in because I've already kind of given my big update, which is that I've officially started my YouTube channel. I was actually just before I came down here to get on the live stream, I'm actually officially finally starting my seeds. I think I filled like 6 trays with soil. So when we get off of here, I will be starting some seeds and or putting some seeds in water to soak to start tomorrow, hopefully, or Tuesday. What other updates? So Jacqueline was laughing at me this week because I asked her about some seeds, y'all, in the comments, because everybody on here already know the foolishness. Hey, Tulane. So Tulane Buckman, welcome. That is my fellow gardening, my co-gardening partner. She and I actually grow things and we share our crops with each other. So good to have you here, girl. What was I saying? So I asked Jacqueline about these seeds that she had on a list that she shared with us called the 42-day tomato.
See, I can see it.
Hey, God's Desire. Thank you. Shelly with 1 E. Shelly with 1 E.
You know what? I used to spell your name. I spelled your name with 2 E's for years, but I never told you. Go ahead.
I probably saw it. But yeah, she had this 42-day tomato seed on there, and I'm like, 42 days. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let me know about this. So she was like, oh, it's from, I think it was Seeds and Such, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I proceeded to go over to Seeds and Such and ended up ordering a whole lot more seeds
and such.
What does that tomato taste like?
I haven't tried it. It was on my list. It's a test. We're testing it together.
Okay. And look, what's funny is today I was thinking about it. I said, did I actually order the 42-day seed?
Girl, if you order all that stuff and left the 42-day seeds, that's gonna be hilarious.
Look, how many seeds did I order? I think I ordered about 20 packs of seeds.
But that's a grocery list, right? That's off.
So that's where I was going with this.
Grocery budget.
Jacqueline is that. So my term was, because they was like, was that in your budget? I was like, budget? I'm like, it's groceries.
Groceries.
But listen, but you're talking about budget, but let's go to God's Desire, talking about the last day of the Greenstock sale. Really? I didn't even know Greenstock had a sale until Shelly's like, well, I'm gonna drop this.
But I'm just saying,
and my
she
business.
said.
We didn't even know. Greenstock wasn't even nobody's radar. And here you come.
Well, I know y'all got to be on the email list. Y'all the ones who turned me on to it.
I knew about it. I don't open them anymore because I don't need it.
Yo, y'all.
Okay.
But I do have
see that tomato on my list.
Shelly, you did not.
She didn't even order it.
I'll send you some. I got extras. I'll send you some. Don't do another order. Your grocery list has been busted this week.
Did you peep the tea garden box that I ordered?
No, I didn't peep none of that. I didn't look at it because if I don't look at it, then I don't want it. That's how you do it.
I cannot believe that is not on my list.
I'll send you some. I've got a packet here for you anyway, so I will send that to you anyway.
Thank you so much.
Now, are you done updating, Shelly?
I think that's gonna be it for me for now.
Okay, Lisa.
Guys, stop it.
Update us.
I guess everything I've done this year would be an update because I wasn't on the last chat. But I have finally started seeds. I have dropped. I didn't do any winter sowing. Yes, I did. I did Friday. I winter sowed some lavender and some marshmallow, and then everything else I've started. It's on my grow shelf. Brassicas, I have a lot of cabbage because I intend to do some chow chow pickle this summer. And then last year I grew 16 different varieties of tomatoes. I am not doing that this year because this year I plan to experiment with corn. So I don't have that planted yet, but I will. And I planted tomatoes the other day, just like Cherokee Purple, Paul Robeson, Boxcar Willie, um, honeycomb cherry tomato, and there's two, three other ones. Oh, brandywines, a pink, red, and black brandywines, and I think that's it of those. And then I have peppers planted, and all of my herbs. I have a lot of herbs because I wanted to do more. I wanted to use my herbs for more than just seasoning this year, and so I have a lot of other ones for medicinal use.
All right. Hey, Matthew. Netta said she had to show some restraint. She went to Greenstock several times trying to buy another one, but by the grace, it didn't buy good.
Won't he do it? Won't he do
Won't
it?
he do it? Listen, so Lisa, you're talking about herbs now. Are all your herbs are all the ones you're growing medicinal? Or are they medicinal and some just for food?
Both, because I'm still growing my basil and oregano, sage, rosemary, and I think those lemon balm and lemongrass. I still have all those, but I've added like St. John's wort, I think, and let me get my list. And the marshmallow. My sister grew it last year. I didn't even know, but she started it last year, and hopefully hers will come back because I started mine in the refrigerator, like I had watched the video, and it didn't come up. But toothache, St. John's wort, lavender. I had two lavenders. One came up, and I didn't like cold stratify them, and the other one, it didn't come up. It just said lavender. I don't know the variety, and I started it in a bottle outside Friday, and horehound and safflower, and I have lemon mint growing too, and spearmint. I got those from Emma Gardner, your best.
My bestie. I don't know about it, but okay.
And one called Apollo. It is. They said it is like a cilantro substitute.
Say it again.
Papalo.
Okay.
It was it will survive hot. Because cilantro, just as soon as it get about 70 degrees, it's gonna die and go on to glory. So that's why I needed something that's gonna last. And papalo is kind of like a substitute for cilantro. So I got it growing. It has germinated, and I'll see how it grows and how it tastes.
Okay. But, all right, y'all. Now, if y'all want to see what it looked like in Alabama with the snow and all the stuff, I just finished getting caught up on Lisa's channel this morning. Y'all head on over to Lisa Gardening with Lisa and check it out. Okay, she's getting prepared, but listen, it's cold. It's cold.
I don't know why.
Right.
I think we're supposed to get snow again this week.
This is that Jesus comes back.
Wednesday supposed to get like
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna start after today. Today, I think it was a high of 24, but the feel like never got above 10. But it's supposed to be below freezing, which is below 32 degrees. So it's supposed to be Let me just tell y'all what it really supposed to be. No, I ain't gonna even guess.
We had so much rain today. I should have went out there and put down some of that.
Okay.
What is it that I told y'all I had? Alfalfa. I should have went and put down some of that alfalfa fertilizer today. It was raining.
Oh yeah, the alfalfa. Yeah. Tomorrow.
Are you using the pellets or you have like a fertilizer?
The pellet.
I had put a lot of that down on a lot of my beds that I wasn't using last fall for them to break down.
Yeah. Well, I just learned about it, so I ordered it sometime like maybe November, I think December.
Hey LP. Hey
LP.
God's Desire says their temperatures are dropping way down this week. She went out and did the garden 2-step and covered everything. I know you can.
Right.
But listen, before I bring Cynthia on, girl, it's supposed to be down to 1 degree tomorrow. Wednesday, high of 16. Tuesday, sunny, a low of -4 and a high of 15. Just so y'all know, the high of 15 ain't gonna be a real high because you ain't gonna go to 15 and -4 because it ain't gonna anyway. I don't even care about
the wind blowing, it just ain't gonna get there.
Why? I hate to feel like just be the real temperature. That's just stupid to me.
Sheeta.
Yeah, it ain't, and it's gonna be like that for about a week. So,
Sheeta, can you bring your camera up? Hey, Cynthia.
Hey.
I did, Shelly, but it did shifted now that Cynthia's come in.
Can I bring my camera up?
The logo was covering most of your face.
Kept knocking my head off.
You good now? You good now?
Hey guys,
oh, what is it? Y'all
sorry, I'm late, y'all.
It's
all right,
girl. Yeah.
I thought she was asleep. I was like, she's talking about how busy she was. Maybe she
no.
took a nap.
I got distracted. I was like, it ain't so. Oh, it is time. Sorry, I'm here. I shared you.
Well, I'm glad I went on the call instead of saying, "Well, I ain't gonna bother her."
No, I'm glad you did because I don't know.
I'm gonna let Jackie finish. This
Are you ready for? All right, I'll do an update. Yeah,
I'm gonna do her update from last week to this week. Then we'll catch Cynthia up on her introduction and all her stuff. Go ahead, Jackie.
All right, so my update is you guys are going to get to know me. I'm a big Facebook Marketplace searcher, so I'm always on Facebook trying to see what's free, what's out there. So update from last week, I wanted to do some winter sewing, and all my gallons, my milk gallons are in the shed, and I was just too lazy to go out there. And someone posted on Facebook Marketplace that they were getting rid of around 10 or 12. I was like, that's enough to get me going. So I headed out there and I ended up with 27 containers. They were already washed, ready to go. So I got me my rubber bands and I marked them off. I've got them all cut open and I just need to put my holes in the bottom. My Happy Farms potty mix is at the door thawing out. So I can fill those up tomorrow since I don't have to work tomorrow. Yeah. So that's my update for that. And then I started my onions.
Hold on. What's the rubber bands for?
All right. I'm a really neat freak about my containers when I cut them open. So I put the rubber band around it, draw my line, and then cut a perfect circle.
I know.
Okay. Carry on.
That's okay. You can't be nobody but yourself, Jackie.
Listen, when she said she's a neat freak, I'm like, that's an understatement because them pictures you've been sending us. Girl.
So that's that. And then I started my onions, but I started them in the biodomes, and I just don't feel like I don't know if it's my seeds or if just not the right medium to do it in. But I had already like pretty much used up all my seeds. And I was like, okay. So I headed to Merrifield, their local plant shop, seed shop, everything. And so I was like, okay, they had some Renee's Garden. They had some, let's see, what else did they have? They had Botanical Interest, but I couldn't find any intermediate seeds because I'm in 7A. I'm in that weird zone between long day onions and short day onions. I can normally grow long day, but I really wanted to grow some intermediate. So I found it's like 3-in-1 And I hate 3-in-1s because I like to know exactly what I'm growing, but I did it. And I went ahead and bought my Burpees starting seed mix in that block that you normally buy it in. I got my Burpees, and tonight after this, I'm gonna fluff up my starting mix, and I'm gonna start them tonight and cross my fingers that I get some onions.
Okay. Hey, Educated Natural. So listen, so how old were your seeds?
2 years. See, I don't think that was that old, but I know that onions expire quick.
This is what I heard from my bestie. They call him my bestie, so I'm gonna call him my bestie.
Yes,
He
and my
said,
gardener.
onion seeds is the one of those seeds that after the first year the germination really tank.
Yeah.
And so I said that's why I didn't get onions last year, because I already had onion seeds, so why buy more onion seeds? You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. But they didn't do anything. So
Okay.
yeah. So buying fresh seed was a good
So just I just went outside. Yep. I went and got me some fresh seeds, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna start all over. And the reason I don't like potting mix in my house, I don't like starting mix in my house because of my hydroponics. You introduce bugs to the hydro world, and it's just bug city, and it drives me crazy. So I am doing that all in my dining room and not anything in my kitchen this year to try to separate the two. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. No potty mix in the house. Those fungus gnats and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And aphids, they just grow in my house. So I can't afford to have that on my peppers, on my cucumbers, on my lettuce. I don't want on my tomatoes. I don't need none of that stuff going on over there. So we're gonna do all our winter sowing out here in the dining room. That's where I'm at right now, and staying out the kitchen so we can. But we're not as blessed as Miss Lisa. Miss Lisa already starting tomatoes and peppers. Me and Shelly still waiting to start all that stuff because we're going further north.
I brought some soil in the house today, but I added boiled water to it, and then once it cooled down, I added it to the trays.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like I got that from somebody else in the group, said they boil to sanitize their soil. Who
I use cocoa core, and I use the bricks, and I boil the water, and I pour it on them, on the brick, and it swells up to all the soil. And then I add my perlite, and then I sow seeds.
Right, because the cocoa core is not soil.
Right, I use it in my worm composting.
Yeah, because that's how you keep from having gnats in the house. You don't have soil in the house, so you won't get the gnats. Yeah.
I have another question.
Now, the Educated Natural said Dixondale is a great. She heard Dixondale is a great place to get onions from. I heard that too.
Okay.
Netta's Nest said she's in Florida 10A. It's been crazy again this week with dropping below 50. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, Dixondale is right here in Houston.
I had
what I miss
sowed onion seeds last year. I think I did it in September, because in 23 I sowed seeds in November, and by the time March rolled around for me to transplant them in the garden, they weren't big enough. And so in 24 I sowed in September, and my onion plants are in good shape now. And I feel like it was March that September I need to sow my seeds. But anyway, my cousin, she went to Lowe's and bought them little bulbs. That when you go to big box stores and buy those little bulbs, if you've grown onions, you know that you need to know which ones you need to buy, which ones you need to grow, whether they're short day or long day. And you don't know what those are that you buy in the bag at the big box stores. And so I told my cousin, I'm going to get us some good onions. So I got us some from Dixondale. And they came yesterday. And these are my Texas Legend. Miss CC's Texas Garden, Texas Legends, and
That looks exciting.
Texas Sweet. CC's Texas Garden, Texas Sweet. And these are Southern Belle. Southern Belle Red. So these are a short day red onion. And
I've
I'll just
never seen
divide
onion
some of
cards
these
like
up
that.
and give
Yeah.
to my cousin and give to my coworker as well.
Let's talk a
You
little bit about that. Can
you
we talk
can,
a little about?
Sorry, go ahead, Jackie.
I was gonna say, let's talk a little bit about the onions. I think Shelly's got a good point, like talking about the starts versus sets versus seeds. That makes a big difference, right? Because if you buy in sets, that's the second year those seeds, those onions have been sit there. They pulled them out, they stopped them, they set them away, set them aside to sell the next year. So you're getting the second year of that onion growing. So your bulbs aren't going to be quite as big. What Miss Lisa had are transplants. So someone got them started. It's still the first year. Now, whoever plants those, they're going to get a good size bulb.
Right.
Yeah.
Pay a little bit more, right? Because you're not starting from seeds. We know that you can buy a pack of seeds.
Yeah.
This was
Right.
$3.99. Miss Lisa paid a little bit more, but it's already started. You just gotta.
I planted some, I sowed seeds last year and they all did well. But I only got these because my cousin wants to plant onions and she had a bag of those things.
Yeah.
And I told her, you're not going to get but like a green onion, like a bunch of onion.
Yeah, because
They're
those
not gonna bulb up. They're
right, those onions are for you can get the seeds from them. They pretty much going to go to seed, and you can use them to plant some more seeds for the next year.
Exactly.
And the ones that I sowed seeds for, they're already outside. I don't have them transplanted outside, but they're in my little greenhouse. I brought them in because it's cold, freezing out there. But they are about this size. It's one of my videos I did, and I showed them. But they're about this size, and so these will be good to go out because it's in March. Next month is when I'll transplant these, and they bulb up good. This is not the first time I bought from Dixondale, and one of the last times I have, they bulb up really big, really nice, you know.
So buy transplants, like Miss Lisa said. Don't buy sets. Buy transplants. If you don't want to take the time to go get your cocoa core, like Miss Lisa said, and start your own, make sure you're buying transplants so you get the good bulb. Like Cece said, you're going to get reseed. They're just going to be going for the second year. They're biennial.
Now I have a question. And this is a technical question. If y'all can hear me, my internet is going in and out. Those that are watching, is this freezing up for everybody, or is it just freezing up on
It's freezing up
for me?
For me, I can see you glitching.
Yeah, you're freezing up for us too.
Okay, but y'all can hear Lisa and everybody else when they're talking. So I need somebody in the chat to let me know if they can hear everybody else.
If they can hear everybody else, that's good. That's a good point.
Yeah, because for me, when it goes out, all of y'all start twirling.
Educated Natural says it's glitching.
It's glitching, so we can hear each other well because our internet. Yeah, so
okay. I don't have no control over the internet, y'all.
Oh, they said it's just you, Ro.
It's them 4 degrees y'all got, the freezing up the lines.
Girl,
Really, Lisa?
And all these people in this house on these devices, I was like, let me turn my TV and my phone off and take it off the internet. So hopefully that helps.
So the other part to the onion talk is Miss Lisa said it: intermediate versus long day versus short day, right? Miss Lisa, you want to talk about that since I talked about the other part?
Well, I don't know where the line is, but I know I'm in the short day.
There's a map,
which is mostly the south, and long day is north,
right?
And intermediate day, I think, can grow anywhere.
Yeah, we're in the middle. So Shelly and I are intermediate. I think Shelly, you're intermediate too, right? Because you're 7A.
Listen, I'm here to
You're
learn.
learning?
I'm here to learn from the pros. So
I'm
was getting ready to
7A.
ask, I'm like, so we need intermediate day?
Yes. So I'm
Okay.
7A. So I grow intermediate, and then we're far enough to the north that I can grow long day. I can't grow short day, even if I try.
But
It's not gonna work.
Broke Farmer, I think it was 23. I think he grew the Walla Walla, which is a long day onion.
Mhm.
Yep.
I think he grew it and he got it to grow good. But
Oh.
I think that the long day onions gotta have all of them have to have a certain amount of light.
Yeah. Light, exactly. Yep.
And I
So-
think here in the South, it will never get as much light as the long
north.
day onion needs.
Mhm. Yep.
And but he grew it, so but I ain't trying it. I'm not gonna try that because I don't want to be
If
mad
it ain't
when
broke,
it's time
don't
for
fix
me to
it.
get onions and I ain't got nothing but a bunch of onion. I ain't gonna do it.
So I got a few onions on my list. Y'all know I started my little list this week, and I have a couple onions. So red of Florence onion. I have a Pompeii, and now I'm looking at it, and I do have a note that says it's short day because it was on the pack.
Mhm.
So is
Yeah.
that not going to work for me, Lisa? I mean, Jacqueline.
It probably won't, but you know what? Like Miss Lisa
There's
said,
a
it's worth
map
testing
on
it.
Google.
Yeah, test it. I mean, we're in that zone where we could do both. I haven't tried short day. I've always done long day or intermediate. But normally where we're at, we can't normally grow short days. We only can grow long day and intermediate.
Okay, so I'll be looking at that.
Okay.
There's a map on like you could Google to see
Yeah, the
where
map for
you
United
fall on
States.
that map.
Yep. Google the map and then always read the back of your seed packets. Like my
Right, but
pack.
all seed packets don't give all the same information. I'd be
They
mad about
sure
that.
don't. They
I'd
sure
be mad.
don't.
So if your packet doesn't tell you if it's intermediate, long day, or short day, we all got this little device, Google. While you're in the store, Google it, the name of that thing, and go see. And all you do is this blah 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 a short day? What type of onion it is, and it'll tell you what type of onion it is.
Listen,
What
when
you
we
saying is do your research.
ordering online, ain't nobody Googling short day or long day.
Well, but you have to, right? This is
But
something we're
if you
teaching.
go ahead and buy you some wrong seeds for your area, and then you're gonna be sitting there every day looking, and it ain't gonna never come up. So
Exactly.
then you'll start researching.
Lisa said, "Go ahead, then." That's what
Because
you
I
want
did
to
in my
do.
first year. I didn't know. That's the reason why I
We're teaching it.
talk to my subscribers, because most of them are new gardeners, and I talk to them like they're new, because everything that I struggled with is what
Don't
I
have to
want to
be your
help them
struggle.
with.
Yep.
And that was one of my struggles. I was trying to grow Walla Walla because I saw, what's that man, Nancy, and what's his name? They used to be, they're in Florida now. And he was
Hollis.
growing Walla Walla. He used to live in Virginia. And I thought, okay, I want to grow Walla Walla onions. I did not know anything about long day and short day and all them. And
Right, I'm just
I
learning
tried
about
to
it.
grow it,
Really.
and it never did germinate. Never did.
Yep.
So that's why I say you go there and you'll be watching every day for that to pop up, and it's not.
Okay, well, I just looked up the red of Florence, and it's a long day.
So you'll be good.
So I just made note of that.
Yep.
Good job, Shelly. Good job. I'm so proud of you. Educated natural say our head makes no harvest.
That was hilarious.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, Cynthia. Now we'll get Cynthia cut. Cynthia, you need to introduce yourself, including where you growing, how you growing, and then update us between last week and this week. And that's including your weather. Go ahead.
Oh goodness. Well, I'm Cynthia, and my channel is CC's Texas Garden. I am in Texas. I am in zone 8B 9A, and I grow outdoors in containers, in ground. And then I also do hydroponics indoor growing as well. And so I have some things growing out there in my garden still right now. The collards are still hanging on. They're doing fine. I am dealing with some aphid issues, and that's kind of because of the transition of the season is changing. And so those plants that's been there since the summer, this past summer, that's been in the garden, they're starting to get attacked. So
You're good. They still have them.
yeah, I have them out there, and but I have taken some things out because I'm like, I just can't with the aphids. I just
Yeah.
so I take them out. But it's looking pretty good. I actually have broccoli that has a little small head on it. One of the smaller broccolis, because I had some tall ones in there because I put them in July. So I got rid of the tall ones, and so now the small ones are like, okay, now we can shine. So it's looking pretty good out there. I'm more happy with the way it's looking. It looked horrible in all the snow and all that issues. And then, of course, we've been having the floods that we went through as well, and went through my greenhouse getting flooded. So that was a whole thing in itself. But I got that handled for right now. And indoors, I am growing everything I want to grow right now, so I can be ahead of the game, because I'm determined that regardless of these up and down temperatures, from going from 70s and 80s to 30s and 40s, and we got a couple days going to be in the 20s, I'm like, this is not going to stop me from growing. So I decide, even though I said I was not about to grow anything indoors besides hydroponics, I have set up my my racks. I have my grow lights going, and I am growing tomatoes, peppers, roselles, pretty much anything I want to start off outside. I have growing indoors. I have long noodle beans that want to climb up the curtains because they want to go outside, and I'm like, it's too soon. I can't put you out. So
Wait
they're
a
just
minute,
like,
that's not your trellis.
I know. Every morning I'm like, get down. Let me take you off of there. So yeah, the noodle beans really go outside. I also outside are growing. I'm doing the winter sowing. I know a lot of people think the South can't do winter sowing, but you can. This is my second year doing this, and so I have a lot of things growing out there now. I don't know where all this stuff is going to go when when I put it all out there. I have been collecting containers from people and pots and everything. I'm going to grow and put it into everything I have available. So my garden is going to...
It may be some people around you that want your transplants.
Yeah.
I give away a lot of my transplants to
Yeah.
family, church family, and you know,
I
don't have nowhere else to put anything. I give them away to people.
Yeah. We have exchange coming up in March, and which is a plant exchange we have. This will be my second time going to it. So you can bring all the plants you want to exchange with somebody else. There's no money exchange between people. It's about just handing plants, and you trading off plants with each other like that. So yeah. I plan on taking as much as, but I have so many new peppers and tomatoes that I either purchase or people sent me seeds. I want them all to grow. I want to see them all. So yeah. But that's all that's going on with me. Everything. But
all right. So listen, one of the categories on here says containers. One of them Jackie mentioned, and I forget the word she used. It was a smart way to say that you bottom water. So she used containers that bottom water. Have you all since October of last year came across a container or a planter that you've never seen before?
I'm sure I have, but I don't know that I remember what it was.
Since what? Say that one more time. I've walked away.
So we're talking about containers. So we're talking about containers.
Okay.
And one of the new containers I have seen them before, but I really didn't know the name for them. You talked about the bottom watering containers. So the question is, have you came across a container or type of planter that you didn't know about between, I was gonna say October and now, but that you hadn't seen before? They could the one, them cubes, them grow cubes. I came across those midwinter. I think I sent that in the chat. And I think Cynthia was like, well, why you gardening then? But I saw a couple of them and I'm like, but that would be sort of kind of smooth if you want to garden and you ain't never home though. Because if you get the water hooked up right, everything on the timer. But so you have the cubes. I call myself writing some stuff down, y'all.
The Vigo cubes you're talking about, Miss Rashida?
Are they Vigo? I don't know.
They're Vigo. Yep, they're Vigo.
Yeah.
Yep. They're the new ones that came out. Yep, they just came out.
The newest ones I've seen. And then some more vertical planters. No, y'all. I was gonna write it down before we get on here, but I can't find it.
Greenstock is probably the best that's out there right now, right? I mean, you can go pick up the ones from the Dollar Tree or the dollar store. They're the smaller ones. They're not to the level of Greenstock. Will they work? Yeah, you just have to baby them, right? You got to be out there watering them on a constant basis because you don't have that depth for dirt that you for soil that you would in the Greenstock. So you're going to have to be
sometimes they may not last but like 1 or 2 seasons.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, well, my my raised tower that I have, I actually got it from Aldi, I believe. And I've had them 3 seasons now, and there's no sign of wear or tear on them. I think they're probably the same size as the Greenstock. However, when I was at Costco recently, I saw that they had some raised ones, but they're much smaller. Like when you stack them, they're not that high. So I saw another video where somebody else was talking about those, but that's another option. Because I mean, we love Greenstock, so no shade to them, but they are on the pricey side.
Yeah, they are.
They are. And for me personally, because this was my first year using my Greenstock and having it, I haven't even been a whole complete year. Greenstock, I'm not so impressed. I mean,
that's why I have not bit the bullet. Y'all keep talking. I'm like, I'm not biting.
I just feel like, I mean, yes, there's an option of growing. I think it would be better if it was someone like had a patio, they're in apartments or things like that, and they don't have the option of growing in the ground or in raised beds. Then Greenstock, because of the deep pockets,
it's vertical. I mean,
it's vertical. It has a way of the water trickling through all the levels on it and everything. But it just, I think it would be better for container growing on patio or in a small space area.
Yeah.
You know what made me not bite the bullet?
Why?
Who gonna lift that thing when you get all the soil in it?
That thing is heavy.
Well, you're not gonna lift. You're gonna be putting them where they belong, right? I mean, you're gonna move. You're gonna pot them up where you're gonna actually put them, right? So you're gonna have your tarp out, put them up, and yes, but I bought mine last year. I have not used them. I did fill them with soil. I'm not going the 5 or the 6 or the 7. I'm 5'4", so I'm not going that high. So the highest I plan on doing mine is 4, and that's it.
Okay,
and
I'm 5'7.5", and I was like, I know me. I don't know what the directions say, y'all. I don't know what the directions say, but I know me. My thing is, they're empty. Let me put some soil in them, and then I'm gonna stack them, and then I put the plant in them. Who gonna lift that thing full of soil? It ain't gonna be me. So I'm not buying them. That's what I'm like.
They are heavy because sometimes, so say the plant on the 3rd level then died out in there or something. So you do have to take them off at times to check your soil up in there. And the snails, they be like in the hide all up right there, the cone of it, And I'm like, oh no. So I had to take all them heavy levels apart because I'm like, I'm cleaning all them snails I left. They having
My
a party.
sister grew lemongrass in one pocket, and it grew. It grew from that
Mhm.
to that,
Oh yeah.
It will
and
grow.
it had just about taken over that whole tier.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to take it down. I mean, we were ready to take it down and amend all the soil anyway,
Yeah.
but we had to take that one down to get it out. I
Mhm.
mean, it was no soil hardly left in it because it was all
Yes,
lemongrass roots.
Roots.
Yeah.
And so I want to say this because somebody may want something like that, a vertical
Mhm.
grow.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
like the even the garden tower
Mhm.
for what it's supposed to do as far as the
Mhm.
composting
Mhm. They're
component.
pricey though.
Then there's a cut. There's another one. But the
Mhm.
thing is, when we're watching these channels and people have them and they seem nice, you had to think about like Cynthia said, do you really need it? Where you going to put it? How are
Yeah.
you going? Because if I'm already have a shoulder that's tricky, me trying to lift something up over my head or lift something
Yeah.
extra heavy. Because even right now, when I get my soil, I have them put it in my bed. But I pretty much try to bag up my truck where I want that soil to sit until I use it because I'm not going to be hauling bags of soil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we need to think about those things.
Yeah, you got to think about how you garden and
Right.
what you need. Which is why I didn't bite the bullet because I bought the Aldi and I have it stacked 6 high, and I use it for smaller ish things. I don't use it for big things. And one of the I think best things I ever did was I actually bought a roller, and I just ordered it off of Amazon, so I'm able to rotate the tower around, because for where I'm situated, the sun literally goes from one side of my house over to the other. So sometimes I just push the cart where I need it to be. If it's getting too much sun, I move it and I turn it. So yeah, you got to think about how you garden and if you need raised gardening. I'm getting older. I know I look like I'm 30, but I'm not.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
Ain't nobody on here had to say it. I know
Screen that
somebody
said that.
watching it and she's not that old. So save it, Rashida. I get it every day. I am not 30. My body is telling me
You could
I'm
just
not
finish the
30.
sentence. That's all you had to do.
That's all right. I'm good with it. I'm just keeping it real for those
We
people
all
who
probably
are
get that
watching
every day.
and they
All right.
need to have that raised level of soil. Get you some raised beds.
And then yes, garden green stock can be a little pricey. I saw that someone posted it and it's windy. But one thing you can say with, like I said, I'm a Facebook marketplace. Have I bought a green stock from them directly? I don't think so. Mine are all Facebook marketplace. People are getting rid of stuff because they've tested it. They don't like it. So why don't you get someone's reject, test
Yeah.
it, and see if you like it before you decide to invest? That's a great way to invest. They pop up on marketplace all the time, or even on what's the other one? I can't think of the name. There's different OfferUp's another one. They'll post them on OfferUp.
I think the
Yeah.
wheel kit has brakes on them.
Yes.
But like you say, even with the wind, Kim's Cozy Corner, hers walked down the sidewalk and ended up on the ground last summer.
Yep.
I got a cousin that she came home one day and hers was on the ground. She didn't even have any wind. She don't know how.
They have to be
thinking of some
level.
of her neighbors or something that
They have to be level. They
and
have
it
to be
was
level.
on the ground.
Yeah.
But we haven't had any trouble with ours blowing over.
No.
But
We haven't
the
either.
Dollar Tree ones did, but the Greenstock have not. But like Shelly, we have ours on wheels, and when it's gonna be cold, we roll it closer to the house, or if the sun's moving,
Right.
we roll it around.
You have to
But
be
if
mindful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never had mine, the one from Aldi, it's never blown over. It's
Yeah.
it's heavy enough that it
Yeah.
holds its own.
And if you
Yeah.
can't move it, Green Salt tells you to go, and if you're going to get a storm, water it. Get it heavy. Like
Mhm.
water
That's
it.
what I was just gonna say.
Yeah, fill it up with water. Get as heavy as possible, so that can help withstand any kind of wind. Of course,
Yeah.
pull it up close to your house.
I was
Mhm.
going to say that too, Jackie. Like I said earlier, I said I haven't read the instructions. I can get online and research anything. I'm just talking off the top of my head. But when you buy this stuff, y'all, you can't do like they did in the hair community, because that's how I ended up on YouTube. You buy the stuff and we don't like it, but they tell you what to do, but you never read the instructions. You just want to do it how you want to do it.
Mhm.
So if you're going to get it, read the instructions, y'all.
Read the
Netta
instructions.
said she put the bullet 5 times and 2 more for gifts and to catch them on sale and use the code.
Use the
That's
code.
true.
Yep.
Mhm.
Catch
Sure.
them
Yeah.
on sale.
Yeah,
do
So
not
buy
if
the
you are
surprise.
still in the market after this conversation, you can buy 5-tier and get a 3-tier green stock for free. That's all I'm saying.
And
Okay.
split them. Don't make them as high, so you don't run into the possibility of it tipping over. So make 2 4-tiers instead of a 5-tier and a 3-tier.
There you
Yeah.
go. Okay, guys, as I said, keeps all hers level and on spinners.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I don't have a spinner on mine. I didn't pay for a spinner. I was like, it's in the middle of my garden, and I haven't had. We didn't had wind because it's nothing stopping the wind from blowing. We didn't have any issues. My bestie had hers on her front porch during Hurricane Beryl. That was just a major windstorm, and that thing just stood the test of time because, like I said, if you have it soak like it's supposed to and it's not dried out, that thing is not moving. Like it's heavy.
Yep.
Yes, heavy. All right. So we talked about containers.
Did we talk about sub-irrigated containers? I came in late. Did we talk about those?
No, you brought them up. That's the name, sub-irrigated. I wanted to write it down.
So they're called SIPs, sub-irrigated pots. So
Okay.
SIPs is the word for it. I use
Are those the ones that you have?
Those are the ones that I have. Yes, ma'am, Miss Lisa. So those
Wait,
are the
that's the one you sent us the link on?
That's the one I sent you the link on. Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
I'm getting some of them.
So I use 3 in my garden. So I used 3 in my garden. I started off with a garden patch. Those are the very first ones I bought. And Shelly knows me. When I do thing, I do it big. I just go in all out.
That's
so
right.
I bought the 10 containers and just back then it was.
You bought 10 at one time?
10 at one time. I just went the whole hog because I'm a family of 7 children. So I can't just get that back then, 7 kids. So I needed to grow a garden, right? So I went whole hog and bought the 10 pack. And they're great for a starter. If that's where you want to start off, it's a great price. Out of the first 10 pack, and I bought another 10 pack, so I had a total of 20. I maybe have 10 that are still good. It did break down due to weather, due to different things, just the way they put theirs together. So I would say if you just want to get started, that would be a great place to start. From then I went to Earthbox. They're like the first ones. They're the big ones out there. They're a little pricey. They're like $40, $50, $60 in there, depending where you get it for. And they're all these containers water from the bottom up. So you fill up the bottom of the container. It has that layer there that you put your soil in, you compact the corners, and then the water just pulls up because of the roots. So the plant knows exactly how much water it needs. So
how deep is the growing area of it?
Great question. So on a garden patch, they're about 7 inches of growing because you hump it over to the top. So you can still grow your carrots. You can grow everything. Your carrots are probably the main thing that you're worried about. You can grow your carrots. If they're the shorter 6-inch carrots, you can grow those in there. And then you can definitely grow your onions in there. So if you're talking about root vegetables. So it's, and then when you're looking at the earth boxes, you're at 7. I know a solid 7. And once you bold it up like you're supposed to and then cover it, you're at good 8 inches on those. So you can even do a little bit longer carrots. And then with Earthbox, they have a root and veg container, which I think those are 10 inches in depth so that you can do all your your longer root vegetables. So Earthbox is really good where they have the root and veg, and then they have their regular container that you can both do sub-irrigated. My favorite that I use right now is the City Pickers. It's 22 inches by 22 inches, so almost 4 square feet of growing, 2 square feet, I should say, of growing medium. And I do everything in those. I do corn, I do tomatoes, I do peppers, I do kale, I do cucumbers, I do watermelon, I do squash. You name it, you can grow in it. And the reason I like them is, like I said, I hate to water and making sure I water enough. I go out in the morning, fill up all the containers, and then usually it's in the springtime, I only have to fill up like maybe every 3 or 4 days because it's not drinking as much. The plants are only this little. Once it hits summer and those plants are full blown, I'm filling up the containers once a day. Earthbox does do a system that you can put on there and hook it up to your water hose, and it'll continually feed it. So you don't have to water. You don't have to weed because you have a weed barrier that you put on there. So no weeding, no watering. If you wanted to with the Earthbox, you just go out and pick. So that's why I've done the containers. Yes, Miss Cece.
I just want to say this is not a sponsored video.
No, it's not.
We're not sponsored by any of these
Yes,
products
no,
we're talking about.
Yeah. I'm just talking about what I've used, what I have used, and I have loved. So those are the 3. There is a new one that has recently popped up the last 2 years. It's called a Farm Daddy. I really like that. I really like to try that one as well. That one is sub-irrigated as well. It has the built-in watering system. So that's on, but it's on the price. Once again, when you're looking at sub-irrigated planters, you're looking at the pricier side, right? So that one's, I think, like $80 for that container. It's really pricey.
You're paying for convenience.
Exactly. You're paying for the convenience. Yep, exactly. So it's all watering for you. You don't have to water. You don't have to weed. You just,
I mean, pretty much.
So do you link them?
Yes, you link them. Yep, you link them. Yep,
Okay.
you link them. Yep.
So, I
Has
mean,
anybody made any of their own, whether in our group or
I have. So there was an older guy. I'm telling you, I got into the sub-irrigated, and you used the 4-inch PVC pipe,
corrugated PVC?
your PVC pipe, and you cut the holes in, and you put your net cups in it. And I have done that. I
So
told
that's
you I convert all
aquaponics.
my old containers that I used to do those in into my raised beds. So I'm going to finally do some raised beds, but I want to convert all of that into my raised beds. So I did that, and it worked. It just worked. It was just kind of, it just was a little tedious for me to keep track of all the different parts of it. And once I switched to the City Pickers, it was just so much easier, and it worked for what I needed to do versus going big. But I showed you my corn in it. That was my corn, Miss Cece, that I put my corn in those containers with the 4-inch PVC pipe in that.
This is why we got to get you on YouTube, because the people in the chat, they have no clue of what you be doing.
We've seen. Yeah.
Okay, and the people got to see.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've had fun with it. Like I said, sub-irrigated containers.
Well, and that's the thing. That's why I wanted to talk about it. And I know we're not sponsored. I know some people do content for other brands, but I've always been an educator, and once I know something, I always try to share it. Some people say I come off as a know-it-all. It's not it. I don't know it all. But if I know something, I don't mind sharing.
Share it.
Because sub-irrigating, it's a touch point for me, because now I'm like, I know I want a garden, but how can I do that without ending up in a situation I'm in now, basically with my health? And so I might have to spend more money, but I'd rather spend it now while I'm able to go back to work.
It's an investment. It's a good investment.
That's what it's been for me, Miss Lisa. Yep.
Some things you have to go ahead and spend the extra money because you know that it's going to last and it's going to be better for you. And you used to complain, Rashida, even before you got down, that about how your watering situation, like you have to pull your hose pipe and all like that. So that probably would be perfect for you because
Mhm.
it, you know,
My
your
earth,
plants will be getting watered and
yeah,
you don't
my
have to
earth,
worry.
yeah, and my earth boxes have been around. I've had some of those almost 15 years, and
Okay.
they're still going strong. They're still going great. My
Okay,
city
Jacqueline.
pickers, they're
Which
like
ones
7 or 8
are the
years.
ones that you get from Lowe's?
Those are the city pickers.
Okay, so
Those
those are the ones that I was talking about that I think
Yeah.
I'm going to get a couple of those.
Yes, get a couple of
Okay.
And
them.
by a couple, I mean like 4.
Yeah, and that's it. And just try it. I'm serious.
Okay.
And
Let me
Shelly,
explain something to you. Up
look at
A
Facebook
is one.
Marketplace.
Two,
Don't buy them.
yeah, go to
Okay.
marketplace.
Go to
Yeah.
Marketplace.
2 is a
Go ahead,
couple.
Rashida.
3 is a few, and 4 is some. Okay, this is what I tell
Okay, I'm
people
gonna
all
buy
the time.
some.
2 is a couple. 3 is a few, and 4 is some.
I do know those fundamentals. I didn't ask you for all that.
I just got to pick with Shelly. She might be almost through with me though, because we was on the phone earlier. So listen, okay.
Oh,
So we
I'm
talked
never
about
gonna be through
containers.
with you.
We talked about containers. Because I found something, and this is what made me bring this up. So y'all know I told you I ordered the Bootstrap Farmer seed starting kit. So I was watching the guy Cece introduce James
Pigioni.
Prigioni.
Tubbs.
James Prigioni.
Yeah.
He's in
So,
Michigan.
no,
No, he's in
New
New
He's in
Jersey.
New York.
New Jersey.
I was like,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
he was in Michigan.
So-
but yeah, he in
So
New
he
Jersey.
was showing Team Grow US, teamgrow.us. And he has this, they had a seed starting kit, and their cell trace has a top on it that has a well in the middle, and you put water in the well, and it just drips water to all 6 cells in the 4 cells in the no, it's six cells in the tray. And I said,
I think I
ain't
saw
never heard of
those.
y'all. And why I'm just not here in the yard? I done bought this other stuff. So that's why I thought, I was like, let me ask. So the Team Grow US, and I don't know who he partners with. And then I wrote down urbangardenplants.com, but I think I got that from Jackie out of the group chat. So yeah. So that's why I wanted to really talk about containers. So we talked about seed purchases. So Shelly bought seeds, Jackie bought seeds. Who else bought seeds? I know Cynthia got seeds, but I don't know if she bought seeds.
No, she bought some. Yeah, she bought some. She had on her channel.
Okay, Lisa, did you buy? I didn't buy anything, but I probably will buy onion seeds since I know my onion seeds are not going to do anything.
I like buying
I
seeds.
think I
Even-
bought some from the okra lady, but that's been like 2 months ago. I think I did a video. I forgot what all I did buy from her because I was looking for herbs and I end up buying other stuff. I get on her store and I just
Mhm.
go crazy. I'm like, I already got all this. Why am I doing this?
I just found another pack of seeds that was like seeds that I saved, some that I bought, and I was like, I got seeds everywhere.
Well, I bought seeds and it's Miss Lisa's fault. I'm gonna blame her. It's all her fault. She had that. She sent us that tomato
Robertson?
test.
That's
and she
Paul
was-
Robeson.
Now I think that's what I ordered. I ended
Yes.
up ordering the Paul Robeson, but I
Yes.
forgot to order the 42 day.
I'm gonna have to succession plant him because when he get too hot, he going on the glory too.
You going okay?
So I have to have some other ones ready to go in when that one, going
Well,
on.
I was setting my beds today while I was out there setting up my hoops and things because I'm getting ready to put. I'm getting ready. Seeing how many shade cloths I need for my beds and where's I'm already planning it out. Where what needs to shade, which beds I'm gonna be shading. Yeah.
And you know that y'all ever watched the Millennial Gardener?
Gardener,
Gardener,
Yeah.
He builds structures around all his stuff and he makes like a shade cloth tunnel
Yep.
Mhm.
over his gardens. And I had seen him do that like 2-3 years ago.
Mhm.
And I have tried to do it. I've got to get some structures built and ready
Yeah.
Because when
Net
that
a nest.
sun is too hot already, it's too
Yeah.
late. You need to have it
Yeah.
already.
Yeah. And
Netta
I'm
Ness said
also
I
planning
had
to
to
put
get
my
the
peppers in separate pots this year instead of putting them in the raised bed, so that I can save them later and use the beds for something else. It seemed like everybody else say they grow their peppers in a separate pot.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do different this year
Mhm.
is grow peppers in pots.
Mhm.
I've
Ooh,
grown them both
I just
ways,
saw
and
that.
they do better in
They
pots.
do better in
Yeah,
pots.
they do.
I watched
They do.
somebody today, and I was like, "Well, that made us what I need to do because it seemed like they're very slow to grow."
Mhm.
And I know if you grow in color sweet peppers, they
Mhm.
take long to develop their color.
The color, yep.
And
Mhm.
so I'm like, they're not my no, they didn't grow fast either. None of my peppers
My
did.
peppers did
They
really
don't grow.
well.
I mean, they germinate slow and they grow slow.
So, yep, they do.
Now,
Yeah,
they
but
may
mine
get
did well, and they kept growing until it was, it got cool, and I ended up having
Yeah.
to cut them back. But I just feel like for as long as they're in the raised beds, I can use that for something else, and put them in some. I'm still trying. Look, I'm in the hunt for some 5-gallon pots or buckets, Jackie. So if you see
Yes.
it on, get your girl some.
Go to Safeway. Go to Safeway. If you have a Safeway close to you or Giant,
They
and
be
ask
having
them
them
for
there?
go ask for their icing buckets. They'll
Mhm.
give away for free. Go to your grocery store. Go to
Mhm.
Okay.
Safeway. My 5-gallon buckets that I got when I did my 5-gallon containers, that did sub-irrigated too. I did one bucket inside of the other. That's a whole different sub-irrigated conversation.
So
But
that's the bucket. That's like the cups. Okay, I got you.
yeah, exactly. So one bucket inside the other, your 2-inch PVC pipe, and it's sub-irrigated as well using your net cups. But like I said,
You know why I'm sitting here looking like this? So I'm glad I asked the question on here and you said that, because my son work at Giant
there you go.
in the deli department. Why I ain't never?
There you go. Now I just
And
asked
you can also use not just icing pickle buckets
Yeah.
as well.
Because
Yeah,
I've gone to
anything
Jimmy
very
John's. The Chinese food place, the guy and his wife, they actually garden, and they gifted me with the fig plant last year. And so when I was there the other day and I was just getting some egg rolls, and he goes in the back and he comes back, here go a bucket for you. Here go a bucket for you. I was
Here you
like,
go.
thank you, Frank. Thank you.
But usually your
Mhm.
icing buckets are usually 4-gallon buckets. So that's still a great size for peppers.
Yeah. Look,
You
I'm
still
about
can.
to text my son right now.
Bring me some buckets, boy.
Okay.
That's right. I like Netta's Nest post though. That
Yeah, the
Boxcar
Boxcar
Willie
Willie
Miss
tomatoes
Lisa's
because
fault.
of Lisa. If
Lisa.
anybody been buying tomato seeds, it's probably because
Miss
of Lisa.
Lisa.
Not just her talking about them and showing how her pretty her tomatoes are, but them taste tests.
That taste
I
test,
be sitting there
yes.
like, girl,
Yep.
I need
Look,
to come
it don't top the watermelon taste test. I'm like, she eating another one. Then she it's so juicy.
Okay,
Yes,
I got to go
exactly.
find the watermelon test now. I got to have me buying watermelon seeds.
So Cynthia, what seeds did you buy, girl? So I thought you was. I didn't. Well, I be watching and then I don't be watching. But I know you got it. Was gifted some seeds. So what seeds you buy? She got real quiet. Like,
Right, look at her. She's like,
A lot. No, I didn't buy too many. Just some things that because like last year I didn't really want to grow many tomatoes, just a few. And then this year I was like, you know what? I want to grow all the tomatoes, like all different types, different ones, because there's so many varieties out there. So I got a lot of varieties of tomatoes and peppers was my main thing. And then I was just blessed with so many seeds from people and in the garden community, if you say, I'm looking for this, or hey, do you got that, or that's interesting, can I have some of those seeds that you got, and we do a thing in the garden community called #Seedmas, and Broke Farmer started that, I guess, a couple years ago. So during Seedmas, it's around when is that? It starts, I want to say December 1st or whatever. No, when was it? January. It starts January 1st. And so the whole month of January, you can do hashtag Seedmas on your channel and give away seeds. People can be in the chat and say, hey, I want to give away, this many amount of seeds or this type of seed. And, people win them, people just give them to each other. So it's a way of us spreading, not having to spend the money and being able to just collect all these different seeds. So,
and yeah, it's a good way to get some seeds off your inventory. That's good. That's good. Now I'm laughing here. So Lisa, guys, Desire says she bought this Virginia sweet tomato. That must be one of yours. I don't know.
I like to know how that tastes, the Virginia sweet.
It's got to be sweet because it's for Virginia. Virginia's for lovers. Of course it's going to be sweet.
I'm going to write that down.
That tomato was sweet. Write it down, Lisa. So she said, educated natural.
Which tomato was that?
Virginia Sweet Lovers.
I got sidetracked.
Me like, well, ma'am, can I have a piece of that too? Yeah. Her taste. I mean, they slice so pretty. The color is, I don't know what camera she got. That color is popping on them tomatoes. Then she bite into, oh, this so juicy. This is good. I'm like, girl, listen here. From a tomato lover to another. I'm like, I need you. Stop. Yep. So we have a good time. So I have not.
I've always liked tomatoes, but I just know that I liked a good tasting tomato. In 23, my sister don't like tomatoes. She don't like tomatoes, but then she's always trying a new tomato every year. So in 23, she tried the Paul Robeson, and I'm like, wait a minute, this tomato is good. And then I figured out I don't like a juicy tomato, because if you're eating it on a burger or something, I don't like juice running all making my bread soggy. And so I like the Paul Robeson. And then last year I tried those 16 different ones. And, I found out I don't really care for yellow tomatoes because they are not as acidic, which is good for people who don't like or can't eat red tomatoes. And I mean, they are good, for that, but I want that true acid taste in a tomato, and I don't want it running everywhere.
I think I'm going to try yellow tomatoes for my sister, because that's the issue with tomatoes is, the acid. And
Kellogg's breakfast is a good one, and the yellow brandy wine is good. Yep. Those are the two that. And I tried Jacqueline, the pineapple.
Yes, I bought some of that pineapple.
Y'all said some different tomatoes, and I think y'all overlapped each other. So can y'all repeat them tomatoes again?
Which one?
Kellogg's breakfast.
Kellogg's breakfast.
Yeah.
What else?
Pineapple.
Yellow brandy wine. And I had the pineapple. And I also grew the orange icicle, which is a paste. So I grow a lot of paste tomatoes too. And it grew well.
Orange icicle?
Orange icicle.
Now, God Desire says Dr. White's tomato.
Let me write that down.
I'm growing all type of tomatoes. I think it's like 28 different
like
types that I'm growing this year.
100 of
I
them.
did 18 in my garden for this year, and I'm saying that's enough because I have to figure out where I'm going to put Paul Robeson in my garden.
Let's see. This is my thing.
God Desire. Don't you mention another one because you'll have me bound.
The
So
texture for me.
Minister says, thanks to Miss Lisa, I'm going to get to taste test yellow watermelon. She planted 2 seeds, both have germinated, and hopefully she'll have a beautiful harvest. All right.
I
Lisa
sent
sent me
seeds
some of them
everywhere
seeds,
last
so I'm
year.
gonna get me some of them watermelon.
I
Yeah,
hope
if
you
y'all want to
do.
know how to grow some watermelons, y'all need to follow Lisa. Okay.
I want
And the other
Cynthia to
tomatoes out
win
there.
watermelon wars.
Girl, I plan on
Got
it.
to win and grow that Jubilee.
What's the
Well,
other
the
one?
South Carolina
Capital?
cross is one that gets bigger than the Jubilee.
We'll grow them both. You never
I,
know.
and I ordered some on Etsy that's supposed to be champion water. Yeah,
Mhm.
they ain't gonna be talking about me this year. It's on. Yeah, it's on. Yeah. So,
um,
now I was talking about the tomatoes that, because me and the texture of tomatoes, I just don't like tomato taste of it raw, the raw taste of
yeah.
it. But my bestie is determined that she's gonna find a tomato that I like. Because I'm like, how can people say there's a sweet tomato? I'm just like, sweet and tomato just don't sound like they go together.
Yeah.
Do you eat
just
tomato soup? Do you eat tomato
yeah,
soup?
but tomato soup
The
has
first
sugar in it.
No, the first time I cooked tomato soup at home from tomatoes I grew, I did not add sugar. And that stuff tasted like candy. I thought I did something wrong. I was like, why are my tomatoes so sweet? I didn't even realize how sweet a tomato was.
But not a raw tomato.
Raw tomatoes are amazing. I can just slice a tomato and put it on a plate with a little bit of
and
salt
eat
and
it.
pepper or some
Yes.
vinegar. That's some good eating.
So
And
my best,
it with a cucumber sliced,
Woo!
salt and pepper. Oh, it's so good.
now,
All right. Somebody needs to hurry
Well,
up.
Cynthia was like, I don't care what you
Salad.
say.
so my
She's like,
bestie
I don't
has
care what you say. I still don't like them.
right.
That's
Well,
all right.
she is
We'll
growing
eat
me.
yours.
I forgot what the name of it is, but it is a certain tomato that's supposed to taste sweet when it's a raw tomato. It's supposed to taste sweet. So she's growing them for me just because she want me to be able to say I like a raw tomato. Now,
I feel
cooked
like all tomatoes have a little bit of
tomato
sweetness,
sauce, all that I
to
love.
them.
Huh?
I feel like all tomatoes have a little sweetness to them raw.
I love
That's
tomatoes.
right.
Like some of them from the grocery store, they taste like
No,
cardboard.
they just
don't
taste
taste sweet.
terrible.
Well,
To the cardboard.
She's right.
Some of them can
They
taste
got good
bad.
taste.
They do. They
Guys,
choke on
Desire
them and all
says-
that. It's nasty.
Oh, Carolina tomatoes is her last suggestion.
Oh,
I just heard that
Desire.
all these doggone tomatoes. I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not buying no more food.
oh,
I
Carolina.
ain't writing none of these down.
So,
Y'all know what I am going to
Me
buy?
neither. I got a whole ton of tomatoes that I'm be growing.
so because
I'll be like, nope, don't like that one. Nope, don't. Y'all gonna be like,
do you not
Tracy,
like the
'cause I'm gonna
acid?
taste them. But when I say the whole time, my face, because I'm gonna taste them.
We're not going to
That's
question
it?
your judgment.
But she's
Cynthia,
also
do you
saying
not
it's
like
also-
the acid or what is it?
I don't like
you
the,
just don't
the
like the taste.
texture. It's
It's
the
the texture.
texture of how a tomato tastes in your mouth. It just, I don't know.
'Cause you don't like cantaloupe either, right?
No,
Nope,
Oh,
and she don't
that's
like
true.
watermelon. So it's like
but I do like one watermelon, the White Wonder that I got seeds from last year from Teagsy. That watermelon, and it's a white watermelon. It tasted good. I was like, what?
Was it sweet?
was it fine?
Yes. Yes. It's a sweet watermelon and it's a white
I don't know if I
flesh
can trust you
watermelon.
because you ain't
Girl, you
never
growing it
you
again?
ain't
No,
like
That's what I'm
watermelon.
saying.
No, I'm serious. No, seriously, I'm like a sugar addict. If it ain't sweet, I'm gonna tell you, nope, it is not. But yeah, that thing tasted good, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna grow that always. Yeah. The other watermelon,
The guy said she don't like mealy tomatoes, probably.
That's what it is. It's a texture.
yeah.
Yeah, those are overripe though when they
Yeah.
get mealy like
Yeah.
that.
I don't know. I'm gonna try all types this year.
So Miss Lisa's list, because of Miss Lisa having us buy extra seeds.
I didn't
And
get
it's-
it, you know.
And it's Black History
God's
Month,
desire.
right? It was Black History Month. And in one of my Facebook groups, it was saying buy from Black owned companies. So that's where Shelly and I We were on, what's the name of that company, Shelly? Do you remember? What?
Season Such.
No, the other one. Where did we get the Paul Robeson from?
Oh, I thought that's where I ordered it from.
No,
The
we
Urban
ordered it
Farmer or
from-
something like that. Urban something.
Urban-
Oh, well, I
Garden
didn't order
Plants.
them.
Yeah, Urban Garden Plants is who we ordered it. As a
I didn't
little-
order from them, did I?
Yeah, it's in our chat.
Girl.
It's in
So-
our chat.
So you can't deny it.
Yes.
Now, is this the urban garden plant that's here in Houston?
I know. I think they're. I don't know because okay, when he was in there, he was all of a sudden he
Well,
was
he
like,
got dreads or braids.
yes.
Yeah, he's
All right,
from
so
Houston. He's
That's
right.
funny because he was like, all of a sudden, he goes, we're getting more orders than we've ever gotten. So what's happened? Well, this one Facebook group, she had posted like 20 different black seed companies that you could order from. And he's like, well, it has made the rounds because he goes, we have had more business than we have
I
had
posted
all
him.
year.
I
So-
posted him on the Home and Garden that I just went to for our meetup. I posted the video of him on there and me getting the ones that I got from there. But yeah, they actually have the Facebook. Are you in their Facebook group?
I'm not in their Facebook group.
They
Oh,
have
Black
Facebook group and all of that. So yeah,
Yep.
Yeah,
so
they're
we
right here in
ordered.
Houston.
So we ordered. What did we order? I ordered some more sunflowers. I love sunflowers. I
Mhm.
ordered some little finger carrot seeds, some borage. I think I'm selling that right. Borage.
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 Borage. I think that came in my medicine, my tea mix box.
The tea
Yeah,
mix.
medicinal.
Yeah, it's
Medicinal.
herb.
Yeah.
And then I was out of my Merlot lettuce seeds. So I ordered some of that. I'm going to do some milkweed this year. So I did that. And then I was like, okay, that's it. And then we
Hey,
won't
Lois,
tell on
guys.
Shelly's
Hey,
list.
Miss Laura.
Hey, Laura.
But then I went to the store and I only bought 3 today. I was very good. I only bought
What's good?
chamomile. I bought some chamomile because my daughter loves chamomile. And I bought some climbing nasturtiums.
Yeah, climbing
yellow.
nasturtiums. Okay.
And then I bought my 3-in-1 onions, and it's got Cherry Mountain, Saffron, and Diamond Swan. So that's all my purchase seeds. That's it. No more. I'm not buying any more.
Well,
Now
I
you
bought
got to
some
make
with
sure
my
that you have a lot of flowers growing,
Yes.
especially in the summertime, because everything you'll be growing in the summer will
Need a
produce a
pollinator.
flower, a male,
Yeah.
female, whatever. It's going to produce a flower. It
Mm-hmm.
needs a bee to come and pollinate it. You got to bring the bees into your yard. So you need a lot of flowers. So the
Mhm.
nasturtiums, I think, is a good flower that companions a lot of stuff in the summertime.
So that's
But-
I'm
going in.
so grateful because I don't typically have a lot of flowers in my yard, but
You got to
when I
get a lot of
Gotta
flowers.
get 'em.
bro.
Listen, when I tell y'all we got the bees and everything, I'm like, thank you, Jesus. I don't know why, because we don't do a lot of flowers, but we have a lot of bees.
Good.
Yeah.
It's a
Does
good
your
thing.
neighbors have flowers?
Huh?
Do you know if your neighbors have flowers?
Or do they have fruiting trees? They have fruit trees.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
You
Not
some somewhere because they not going to just be there.
Lord, send the bees.
Because they
All right,
want to
Shelley.
pollinate, and they coming to do that.
Mark off the pineapple seeds. You already bought them.
right. I was gonna say I got the pineapple
Yeah,
on
you
my
got the
list.
pineapple.
I got the nasturtium, and so I'm gonna try spaghetti squash this year too. Oh, I got St. John's wort. Listen, I got sunflower
Yeah, you
seeds.
did. You got a whole list of stuff. I've
I'm
got proof.
saying I ordered something from somewhere else.
Well, this one was from Urban Plants. That's the
So
one you
that's
feel.
what I was thinking was Seeds and Such. Maybe I didn't order from Seeds and Such.
Maybe that's why you don't have the 42-day use. Well, it's in your grocery budget for next week, so you're good.
Wow.
Mm, she gonna help you. She gonna help you.
Is she your financial consultant?
She gonna help you.
I will not be ordering those seeds. I'm gonna just wait until you bless me with some.
No, I'm gonna send them to you, so don't order them. It's on my.
Yeah, I'm not
I got
gonna
my
order
to-do
them.
list right here.
So I was gifted, y'all. Y'all saw in the chat that I got these collard green seeds. I have got to look these things up.
I hate I missed it. I hate I missed the sign up sheet.
I hate that you missed it too. So
Seems like somebody would have told me to go sign up.
So what is the college? I missed that chat. It's probably in the millions of chats. What's
Oh yeah, that chat been popping this week. So
I honestly had to cut off notifications. I was like, this is too much. These ladies talking to. Do they have jobs? What do they do? They like,
that's what I had to do one day.
Oh my gosh, it's been busy.
And then I got a bunch of other ones that I'm in as well. And it's like, let me keep up and don't say the wrong thing in the wrong group.
That is hilarious.
Wait, did she say these women have jobs?
She did.
I be at work. Somebody at the
Anyway,
counter need a marriage license. I'm sitting up here.
So you right, Rashida. I'm gonna give you that one. I probably should have mentioned it to you.
so
but
the group is Girl Trek. Girl
yes,
Trek
it's Girl
is an
Trek. It's
initiative.
walking.
Oh, go ahead. You're the leader. Tell us what it is.
Girl Trek is a movement, and it is a movement focused on Black women walking every day for their most healthy lifestyle. And I have been a member of it since 2011. And one of the things that they started a couple years ago was a garden club. And this year, at the end of the trekking season, they had sent out an email. And I think it was just like one of them quick things. I'm like, oh, let me sign up. They were saying that, because you're part, maybe because I was, but you should have got it, Rashida, because you're in the garden club.
I'm in the garden club, but I didn't see it.
They sent out this email asking us to answer all these questions. And they were like, in basically this time this year, they were going to send us a seed packet for some collard greens. Well, because I'm OG Girl Trek, I not only got 3 packs, I got 4 packs. And they are different types of something. Got some barbecue sauce over here. I was over here eating. So, Jacqueline, you don't know this, but when we first started this, it was the chat and chew, and we would all be on here eating and talking. They didn't got a little bougie now, and don't nobody be
I ate before y'all got on. Hold on.
I did have my drink.
No, I was over here.
now.
When I left the first time, it was because I realized, girl, you need to go get them ribs out the oven.
Girl, you ain't get the ribs out the oven?
Girl, I went and got them ribs out the oven, and then I went and got me a rib.
You got your bone.
I got a few bones.
Is that the sauces on your package?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, anywho, I ended up with 4 packs of collards. Nancy Malone wheat purple collards. William Alexander Heading. Willis collard greens. And man, I got sauce everywhere. And Tabitha Dyke. So I need to look these up so I can see what they look like.
All them kind of colors.
Yeah, I ain't never heard of them.
Put this in the girl chat later.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Put it in our chat later on.
You want me to type it out? I sent y'all a picture.
Oh, okay. Let me. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm gonna go look at the picture. Yes, ma'am.
Y'all let her eat because she sound hungry.
No, I'm just messing with y'all. No, I will type it out. But like one thing about me, I don't like messy hands. So it was funny because I don't know if I was watching your video, CC, or if it was Lisa's video, and y'all were doing something, and you like hands was in the soil, and I was like, oh, she trying to tell me something, because I just don't be all up in my soil like that. Hands all, I don't like messy hands.
How
are you, Gardner?
Hands in that soil.
So
it's got to feel the love. It's got to feel that transfer from you to the plant.
Let me
I feel a little bit, but I don't get dirty. They be talking about how they get all dirty.
You can put on gloves.
No
gloves.
Nope. Let me tell you about Shelly Shade, Jackie. Last year, I asked the question. I said, anybody think about ordering them some overalls for the garden? Because I'm always got stuff in my clothes. Yeah. And she's like, I don't really get dirty in the garden. And I'm like, how?
Well, how? Like how?
How?
Yeah.
I'm like, Miss Priss, get out of my
face. And I be like, how you get dirty?
Because we have our hand in the dirt.
Yeah.
Yes. We have our hand in the dirt. Love
That
I have
don't mean
plants.
you have to get dirty.
Yes.
I have a
You
video.
wait until it's time for them little plants you're gonna have growing. Time for them to be transplanted into your dirt in your soil. Your hands gonna get dirty,
My
ma'am.
hands will get a little dirty, and I'm okay with that. But my body
It's
does
gonna
not
be
get
hot. There's some of them
dirty.
days when you're gonna have to go out there and water. It's gonna be hot and you're gonna get
Listen,
sweaty. And you may have to loosen some soil up with your little trowel or your
Put
little
your knee in the
rake.
grass.
I'm
Yeah.
like this with the soil.
That's there you go,
Yes.
CC.
I
There
want
you go.
elbows deep.
Mixing it.
I want to
no,
feel it.
no,
I'm
no.
grounding with my elbows.
No, because what'll happen for me is then I'm gonna start feeling like something crawling on me.
And it probably is. Microorganisms are everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, mycorrhizas, all good stuff. All good
Ant.
stuff.
Whatever. I can't with y'all.
We love you, Shelly.
I love y'all
But
too.
just know,
I am gonna buy
just
one
know,
more thing for the
when I come
garden.
to visit and we go out in your garden, I'm gonna push you down in your dirt.
Oh, be filming it while you do that. Like, oh
Baptize.
yeah.
Baptize in the soil in the name of Jesus.
Baptize.
Lord have mercy. I'm gonna order some panels for the garden. I know now, right? They
What's
just
panels?
painful up in here.
Cattle panels.
No, they're sort of decorative, but they're for climbing. But I have so it's not gonna really cost me unless I buy more than I have. I have a credit with Wayfair, and I saw these really nice PVC panels
Okay.
that they have that you can put in the garden to grow up, or you can put it up against the house or the fence to let stuff climb up. And I think I'm gonna order 2 of them.
Okay. That's in the budget.
It's
Since you have
not
credits.
even in the budget because you're right. The
It's
credit
got
already
credit.
is.
So that's
Yeah.
so it's in the budget.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm.
And make sure it's good and sturdy, because
Well, that's why I like it, because
some
it's made from
things are
PVC.
heavy, and you think, oh, this little bitty plant, this little trellis will hold it,
I
and then
know.
it grows 12 feet tall,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh Lord, well, because the Alabama black-eyed lima beans, butter beans, they grow all up my cattle panel, and then they'll grow into the air looking for something else to grab, and it's
Grab
nothing
on.
else, it's just air. and and then they finally will drop
Pop
back
over.
down,
That was my
and that
beans.
trellis one time in a windstorm blew over because it was just heavy, because I needed more zip ties on it. It was heavy. So you have to make sure whatever you are trellis you buy
Right.
is sturdy enough to hold your stuff up.
Right.
Because
Right. I'm actually
things
getting
are
them
not.
more for decorative than I am. I'm going to grow something up it, but it'll be something that's light.
Like
I know
peas.
we're going to be getting off soon. And one of the things that I thought about, I don't think we typically do it, but maybe we should open up the space for questions from people in the chat for the last like 15 or 10 minutes while I go wash my hands.
And she wonder why Princess be. Girl, listen, I'm gonna fight Shirley for a little bit. I'm gonna fight her. Listen,
You gotta put Netta's nest. She says, "Oh goodness," because we.
oh goodness, yeah, I saw that. She's like, oh goodness.
Oh good.
I had thought about questions because I really wanted to ask them about, what have they found that they, something new that they found. But if y'all have a question, y'all go ahead and put it on the chat while we move on to the next category. While we move
Clean
on to-
hands. Clean hands.
I
Now
probably
let's
still
move
got
on
dirt
to
under
the
my
point.
nails from earlier.
Listen, planning changes. So, two things. It's a twofold. Excuse me. We're talking about planning your garden. Now, in our chat, we talked about how we're planning. I haven't started planning my garden yet, y'all.
I'm done.
Some say I should, but I got time because
Yeah.
my warden ain't gonna let me go outside no way when it warm up. I have to go through a whole panel before I can get back outside. So, but two things: what are you using to plan? Whether it's paper, electronic, you can tell where it's from, who you got it from, whatever. And two, what changes have you made since if you have already finalized your plan, have you had to make changes to your growing plan for the garden? Who wants to go first?
I want to let Jacqueline talk for me and her both.
So Miss Lisa and I use Farmer's Almanac for our planning. It's digital. It's, like I said, no, we don't, not any, what is that?
Wait a minute. What do you mean it's digital?
Digital.
It's online.
It's online.
Is it a subscription?
It's a I was going $35 a year.
Yeah,
But
Shelley,
you can
hold
put
on. Now she just started. Hold on.
$35
Questions.
for as many plants as you want. So I actually started back in 2019. So it actually kept my plans from clear back there, and I haven't used it for a few years, and it was still sitting there. But I'm starting with a whole new plan for this year, and it was a 50 by 100 feet, and I was able to plug it in there, put all my containers. It tells you how to companion plant. It's really cool. You put your corn in there, and then it says what do you want to companion plant. It'll give you a list. I was able to pull flowers now to throw in with my corn. That's companion planting. Can I plant my pumpkins next to it? It does everything for you for $35.
It'll tell you how many plants you need to, how many seeds you need to sow or grow
to get
to fit that plan.
Yeah. So it's amazing. It was $35.
So you're trying to get me to spend some more money.
That's not in the budget yet. You got to
get
well
worth it though. If you are kind of new, it helps you, because when you're out there and you think like 1 or 2 seeds of peas or something like that is going to be enough, no. This will help you plan out your garden.
And you can plan it with either square foot gardening. I use square foot gardening. Miss Lisa, where you can tell it that you're going to do square foot gardening. So let's say you put your pepper in there. We'll say, okay, 1 pepper per square foot. If it's your tomato, one tomato per square foot. If it's your
beans, corn, I think you can do like 8 or 9 per square foot.
It'll tell you exactly how many you can do per square foot. So if you have let's say you tell it it's going to be a birdie box. I like a lot of people have those raised beds. You tell it the circumference of your bed, and then you just start placing it in there based on the square footage. And like Miss Lisa said, at the end, it'll tell you only start this many. Don't start the whole packet of seeds. Only start this many seeds. My sister-in-law just did that. She's like, we just got pepper plants. I was like, okay, cool. I go, how many beds you're going to do? We're going to do 2 4x4 beds. I go, great. So how many pepper plants did you start? She goes, we started a whole biodome. The biodome is like 60 seeds. I go, you only have 32 squares. So where are you going to put all these peppers, and where are you going to put the others? They're like, oh, I was like, well, you're going to be giving away a whole lot of transplants. So it really does help with that.
And it tells you because it knows what zone you're in, because you put that information in. It'll tell you when you need to start your seeds. And it'll tell you whether you need to start them indoors or direct sow them. And then when you need to transplant them into your garden.
It's well worth the $35. It's definitely worth it. I mean, even if you're starting out small, right? Like Miss Lisa said, you want to make sure that you get the right seeds in the right spot. If you're going to do companion planting, to companion plant with the right seeds. And the only change I'm making is because I just bought these climbing nasturtiums. So I got to go figure out where they're going to go in my garden.
Okay. Now, Shelly, did she answer your questions, or you got more questions?
She looked like she got questions.
No, that was my question.
The budget.
Because y'all
It's
know
in
I
the
got
budget.
those monitors going. So I'm looking at Farmer's Almanac on the screen over here. But I don't have any questions. But I did just so happen to look at. I picked up my catalog that I was supposed to be looking through. This is actually from last year, Botanical Interests.
Mhm.
And what did I find when I just so happened to flip the
A
page
42-day
open?
tomato.
No, let me see if it'll come in.
I can't
It
see
won't.
it.
You won't come in and tell us.
I know.
Oh, that's that
It's
that
getting
onion, the onion map.
Yes.
The onion map.
Right. Huh? I tell you.
We can see it now. You can put it up, Shelly. We
Is
lost.
she frozen?
She froze.
I'm coming back. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. I don't know
But you're
what's going
frozen.
on. I
No,
see it
man.
spinning.
You made it mad. So while Shelly is doing that, Lisa, so what are you using your paper component for? If you're using the Farmer's Almanac, because I know we talked about Lolita's planner.
Yeah.
So what are you using that for?
Well,
Just
I
for
use
inventory
it
or?
to when I'm to track my seed starting
Okay.
and like my daily to-do lists and stuff like that. I keep in there, and whatever list, like I think it has a place in there where I could like what I need to get, whether it's seeds or whether it's soil or fertilizers and stuff like that.
Okay. Good. All right. See. What are you using to plant your garden, and what changes have you had to make to your plans? Well, I mean, you already told us about the one starting over and moving them inside, but
usually I just go visually out there and with paper and say I'm gonna put this, as I go in there and kind of plug it in like that. I don't really have no specific place for one. I grow way more plants than I have room for, but that's how I do, because bugs eat stuff, things die, everything. So I always grow more than I need. So I don't have a particular way plan.
Okay.
I don't have a specific. This is this many. I tried the square gardening method. I'm a cram escaping gardener. I'm like, if I can fit it in that spot, I don't care what it digitally say. I'm gonna fit it in that spot.
Well, the square foot method helps you cram. But I'm the same way. Some like last year, I kind of veered off from that plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because I had so many tomato plants, I had to give away a whole lot of it. But I'm like you, I stick stuff in, and I'll say in the video, I'm gonna put this here anyway, and I think about it later when it's all crowded out. But I just,
right now the thing is, when you do that type of thing, sometimes it can bite you in the butt because when you plan, okay, I'm gonna stick this in there and this and this and this, and then you realize, oh, this thing got bigger than this. Wait, this is covering this spot. Wait, I need this space, and this thing is still growing months and months and months later. It's still there, and I need this space for something else.
Yeah.
So
you do have to think about that ahead of time. Like,
you do have
things
to
will get ready and done so that you can put something else in.
Right. Like my Georgia collards is in one of the 4x2 beds. Well, Georgia collards can go through the summer, through the winter, they just keep sitting there, And so that bed pretty much I can't do anything else or maybe plug a couple things in there with them, but they have that whole bed like all year long. So you have to think about what you plant, how long, especially if you want to do like corn and okra and those type of things. You got to think about, okay, Okra is going to pretty much be there until it gets cold enough to die out. Roselle is another thing. It gets big. It becomes like a big tree hedge.
Mhm.
So you have to think about the roselle, how big it gets, and how many you're gonna, put in your garden if you're gonna plant roselle in your garden. But yeah, why are you looking like that?
Oh,
Do you
I'm
know
sorry.
what roselle is?
I'm looking at this computer screen trying to figure out what's going on. I'm sorry.
I was like, do you not know what roselle is, girl? Let me tell you.
Yeah.
No.
I had
The
left.
Jamaican
I had
sorrel
left the
too.
conversation.
Yeah,
is,
the Jamaican
oh,
sorrel or roselle. But yeah, if you're growing
Now, how big did they get? Because I got
they
those
can get up
seeds.
to 5 feet
that
tall.
can be a
5,
tree.
6. Yeah, they're like a tree. They get big and bushy and they get tall. So
Yeah,
you
put
have
it
to
in
think
the
of how
pot.
many you're gonna plant.
Put it in the pot.
I
in
put
the-
it in a pot, but I wanted to go make sure, like,
Oh, now if you put it
What's
in the
next
pot,
to it?
it will stay a small. It won't put. If you wanting to have something to put up later, and I'm guaranteeing you're gonna want more. If you put it in the pot, you're not gonna get a successful as much as you can get
Oh,
from
okay.
it, because when you taste it, then you're like, man, I should have grew more. Because I
Yeah.
messed up the first year. I
I
did
got 4
4 in a
pots.
container. Yeah,
I got
I had
4
4
containers.
containers, and I was like, oh, I don't even have much roselle.
You're
Everybody was like,
probably eventually gonna want to put those in the ground
in the
or in
ground.
something bigger,
Yeah.
Jacqueline. Because
All
my
Raised
sister,
bed.
she have hers growing in like 27-gallon containers, and then some she
Yeah.
have in the ground, and they just get huge. But it
Yes.
gets cold here, and that will kill them.
Yeah,
Okay.
but see, it doesn't get cold here until November, December,
Also, you got
See,
time.
yours grow into like a tree, Cynthia.
Okay.
Yeah, mine grows.
Right, I'm gonna
into a
try
tree.
them in the pot, see how they grow, and if I have to, I will put them in the new raised beds that I will start doing. Probably not this year, but next year.
Now, this
Well,
is the thing.
You better think about that. in the
Whatever
next
you
2 or
decide
3
to grow
months.
them in, they are very sensitive to you moving them from anywhere. Their branches are like lightweight. Them
Okay.
branches will fall off. They
Okay.
very sensitive.
They're
After you
sensitive.
put them somewhere, just let them be. They're gonna
Okay,
sway
let
in
them
the
be.
wind.
All right.
They're gonna do all kinds of stuff. So give it space.
All right,
It
I
needs
will.
its own little area. But what I was saying is just you got to think about, especially with summertime, how long things last. Because out here in Texas, we have a long growing period. So we have to think about how long this plant is going to be still sitting here, and you want to use that space for something else. So
Yeah, and that's the thing. We don't have that luxury as to how long. It's like, oh, how short. So I need to start
Right.
early, which is so that I can get some of the things that I want to get. So
Can I answer God's desire question really quick? Yep, I was gonna say. So God's desire, that patio corn that I had planted is called. I pulled it up. It's called On Deck. I don't went and looked for something else. Let me pull it back up. Corn list. There we go. On Deck Hybrid, and it's by Burpees. On Deck Hybrid. On Deck Hybrid, and it's a corn by Burpees, and it's for container corn.
So how big does it get?
About 3-4 feet, not very tall.
And how many ears you get?
She doesn't have
1 to 2.
a channel yet.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a channel yet.
Yeah, I
We
don't
were
have a
talking
channel
about
yet.
it.
Work. That's the lady's gonna help me get one going.
Okay, that's
I want to show y'all something that I
Gina.
got
Hey, Gina.
from Burpee.
That the phenomenal fig.
Yes.
What now?
Well, this one is the LSU Gold or
Yes.
LSU Purple. And then this one is the Chicago Party.
So
I
what
wanna
is
get
phenomenal about it?
Sister already have them, but I ordered these in November and they came yesterday.
They look beautiful.
They
The
But
are.
I mean, do they stay small or what?
They gonna get big, but
Okay, you just said they were phenomenal, so we didn't
They're
know
the
if that
one-
was
It's a different one that Burpees does. They do a phenomenal that goes in a container and it stays, I think, 3 feet, 3 feet or 4 feet. They stay small. Because I'm doing containers, so everything has to fit in my world.
Okay.
These gonna go in the ground when they
Interesting.
get big enough. But I mean, I'll up pot them into
Mhm.
a bigger pot,
Yeah.
and then as it grows, then I'll keep up potting it.
30
But
inches is all that phenomenal will grow. And it's a fig.
How you spell that?
FIGNOMENAL.
phenomenal.
Phenomenal. It's a
Now,
patio size fig.
patio size.
Patio
Interesting.
size. Yep.
So talking about planning, because I know I keep telling y'all I don't have much to say, but I have been thinking about my garden, and there's a lot of things that I want to try, but I want to be more intentional. I'm going to be more intentional this year in growing what I know that we eat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And succession planning.
Yes.
Number one on the list. Y'all think it's some cucumbers. Number one is them okra. But that's what I want. Number two is the cucumbers, because that's what Daddy wants.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Number three is the beans. I want to do red tomatoes, but the thing is, I haven't been able to process my tomatoes like I wanted to the last couple of years, so I still have like tomatoes in the freezer. That I have to do something with. So this year my plan is to be more intentional and grow more things I know that I can do something with, and that if I don't do something with, I can give them away. Because if I'm doing something like a green tomato that don't never turn red, and I got extra, I'm like, y'all want these green tomatoes? Can I fry them? No, they look too soft. Well, why they green? It's the whole thing.
Is that the Aunt Ruby's?
I don't know
It's
what kind
different ones that stay
They're
green.
called
It's a lot of
evergreen. They're just called evergreen. Green tomatoes, I think.
Okay, you grew that last year, didn't you?
Yeah, I grew that last year, and I think I grew the cherry version too of that.
Educated natural. You gotta put her note up. She says she ate all her tomatoes and never made it to storage.
See, that's what happened to my okra, Educated Natural. I ate the okra outside. I take the okra.
Yes, that's good. Eat off the vine. It is good.
It's the best.
Yeah. So this year, I'm gonna be more intentional on finding a value in growing the stuff I know we're going to eat instead of trying to do all the exotic things.
And your extras, can you donate them to the food bank that you live close by?
Never thought about it. Probably
That's
can.
what I'm going to do with mine this year. I'm going to donate it to the food bank. Anything extra.
Yeah. So So I'm give them away and see what I can do with the space that I have.
Welcome back.
Last
The
year I said I
tomatoes,
was
you could
not going to
probably
buy.
could you do like a dice them, and have you started canning yet?
No, that's what I was going to learn this year. That's what I was going to learn this fall, winter. So that's the thing. I want to process them, grow them and process them. So we just see how my body responds in these next few months, and we'll let you know what I do. Yeah, and I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna buy any more raised beds, because that's not realistic for my long-term garden plan.
Exactly, yeah.
Because I might end up buying tree rings for the different fruit that I want. So I want to buy like a tree ring for my the base of my, help my mind, Lord, grapevine and different things that I plant, just to keep everything segregated. So I'm not going to say I'm not going to buy any garden beds. I'm not even going to lie to myself. All right. Gina said, anybody else have a question? Gina said, put the tomatoes in the big electric roaster, frozen and all, and cook it down for a couple of days, low and simmer.
Oh, okay.
A couple of days?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you're frozen.
And then she said, guys, I said, I can't for a week
roaster last year, and I made my tomato sauce. I let them cook down in that. And that thing was huge. I forgot how many quarts. It's 18 quart. It's huge.
Okay.
Okay, Shelly, you back? You was trying to
think I
show us
overloaded my
something.
computer.
And she looked like she eating another bone.
Uh-huh.
Use her
Yeah.
hands dirty.
You eat salad or something.
Wash your hands.
I'm eating salad. My husband brought me
Right.
some salad.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
You were right. I was trying to show you the map that they had in the catalog, showing the short day, intermediate, and long day line.
Mhm.
And I'm like, we were just talking about this.
mhm.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah, and that's another thing. If when you get these seed catalogs, I try to peruse them, even if I don't plan on buying, to just get good information.
Yes.
I'm telling y'all, I want to say, and y'all can disagree. I don't know out of the ones I've seen. I want to say Johnny's. It has the most information.
Oh yes.
Because they sell to farmers. So
Mhm.
they have a lot of information on seeds. You may never buy from Johnny's because I don't need 1,000 seeds of something.
And
But-
there's oof, you have to buy a lot to get free.
If you can get your hand on
Exactly.
one of them,
Miss
just
Lisa
one,
said it.
you ain't got to get it every year. I'm still looking at the one I got from year before last, but it has a lot of information. Look in your seed catalogs for information. Yeah, we only got one more point we did not touch. So if y'all give me a few more minutes, let's talk about fruit trees. Lisa already got her figs. Now she got her some patio figs. What fruit trees? I know I did my grapevines. I don't know what my second grapevine is going to do because I never got it out of the pot and put it in the ground. So I don't know what state that's going to be in. But what fruit are you guys growing or plan to grow or add?
I bought an Honeycrisp apple tree and a Granny Smith
Nice.
the 1st of February.
Girl, you got apple trees and figs. I'm going to Lisa's house.
James Prigioni said the best apple tree you could grow, Miss, is at Honeycrisp. So you spot
And my
on.
sister loves that apple.
He says that and a Liberty apple. He says that's his two favorites.
Okay.
Honeycrisp and
Liberty.
okay.
That's what James Prigioni.
And I got the Granny Smith because the two, like, you can't, the apples need a pollinator. So
Yes.
you have to buy another apple tree for them to pollinate. And it can't be the same variety. So that's why I got the two. Now, the Granny Smith, I make my apple preserves with them. So that's why I got that one. But the Honeycrisp is what I really wanted because that's what my sister likes to eat.
Okay, cool. Anybody else?
I put goji berry in mine. I got 2 of those that I'm going to try to grow. They take about 3 years before they fruit.
What do they taste like?
They're like a cherry kind of fruit. Blueberry.
Okay.
It's like a mixture between a cherry and a blueberry is what they said.
They taste nasty.
You know what, CC?
She don't like fruit. We gotta even
You know,
talk
you
about
know.
They taste nasty. They do not taste like no sweet berry. And I taste. Go ahead.
All right.
Bye.
She just bust your whole bubble, Jackie.
She did. I
No,
mean,
but you can't go by her because she don't like it. She don't like everything.
but it's not sweet. That thing is not. It tastes nasty. And most of the garden community, like, oh, why are we getting this nasty goji berry? Now, medicinally, it's a good thing to have. But as for taste, nobody likes them in the garden community.
Even if what about as a preserve? I mean,
It, it's medicinally, it's a good thing to have because you can do some things with it. But as for taste, I haven't met not one gardener say they like the taste of it.
okay.
The guy.
So go ahead, Jackie. You the first.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna still.
Oh,
try
you
it.
haven't tried it.
I'm gonna still try it.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead. And let us know what you think.
God's Desire said the goji berry is a superfood.
It's a superfood. It don't taste super good. I'm telling you, it don't.
anyway. Okay,
Can you make
well,
a jelly or a jam with it? That might be
But-
good. Add some sugar to it.
I don't know, girl.
And I'm gonna try the tamarillo. So just fun stuff to just try out.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it for me.
That's it for you.
That's it for me.
Shelly, what fruit do you have? You did you get fig tree last year?
I got my fig tree last year, but it has not fruited yet.
Okay.
Because I got it, like maybe middle of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the
Does it take a
blueberry.
year or so?
Yeah, you got blueberry.
So I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about figs yet, but I know I tasted the ones that he gave me and I was in love. So him and his wife brought me a fig tree. And at first it wasn't doing well, and then I repotted it in a 5-gallon after it had lost all its leaves, and then it started growing new leaves. So I'm very hopeful to see some fruit on it next year or this year. But I do have blueberries, which last year actually gave me quite a few blueberries, and that was my second year with them. So hoping to have more this year. And then I planted 2 blackberries bushes. Is that what I got, Rashida? I forgot. I bought 2.
You asking the wrong child.
I bought
you got lemon. I know you got
last
some
year
lemon.
the first time with them, so I'm hoping to have some blackberries this year. And then they're not fruit, but I have the olive trees that I planted. I don't know if I'll add any other fruit.
Okay.
Got my lemon Myers and hoping to get some lemons.
My lemon Myers, all the leaves fell off of it in the house.
Oh, mine's all the leaves are gone, but I figured they fall off during the winter. Am I wrong?
They probably just fall off because they're transitioning from inside to out. Is that the reason?
Mine's have been outside
So
since
this
I
is
got
my
it.
second year with it, and hopefully they'll come back because they have some little bitty
Buds?
lemons that started to grow. If you touch it, it's gonna fall off.
Really?
All the leaves are
So I
gone.
had some buds starting to come out, some flowers,
Yeah.
and the bees was there, but it was getting too cold. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm hopeful that this year, since I potted that up also, that I'll see some fruiting this year, this season.
So question, do you have to do a transition into the house like you would from outside to in? Like, do you need to bring it in and out kind of like the same way?
That's where I did last winter, and that's where I did this year.
Okay.
I didn't bring
Brought
mine
it
in.
Like, I mean, do you like, let's say you're getting close to the end of the season, so bring it in for a day and then take it back outside.
Oh,
Like bring it in for like an hour or 2 and then take it back outside. Then you bring it in for 2
I brought it
more hours.
in last fall when it got too cold, and it's been in the house ever since.
And no
It's
transition.
sitting by a window.
So
I did not
you
bring
do
mine
transition?
Yeah, I didn't bring
Like
mine
you
in,
do
and I didn't
transplants?
cover them.
Do you need a transition like you do transplants? Like, you know how you take in transplants from inside to outside, where you take it for 2 hours and then bring it back in. Then the next day you can have it for 4 hours outside and then bring it back in. Do you need to do the same thing backwards?
It sounds good, but it depends on how big the tree is. Because question is, who gonna be doing all that?
Right. Well, and my question is, did you need to do that? Like I said, I did not bring mine in.
I don't
know. It sounds good.
Because I think they can stand down to like 30. I think
you have to bring them in. Yeah,
but we've gotten down to 0, so I knew it wasn't gonna last up there. So that's why I brought it in.
Gina, what zone are you in? You got a cherry tree? Well, I think you in 6.
I'm gonna keep y'all posted because I didn't bring mine in and I didn't protect them.
But I'm seriously trying to think about getting me a greenhouse this year, and I want one that's gonna stay up out there, because I got one that I bought like 3 years ago, and I'm too scared to put it up because I know the winds here take it on.
So but Gina versus Gina says the leaves will come back.
Okay. Oh, I didn't bring the lemon inside. I'm in Maryland, so it's been brutal.
It's too cold for it to be outside.
Well, it's outside.
Let's say it's out there.
It's out there.
Rakita, you need to go back to that hard head comment.
No, I thought it didn't need to come in.
you have to look at the citrus. You got to look and see what it can stand, because all of it can't stand cold. Citrus, they like cold. I mean, warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't heat.
So when you get into like your winters,
Yeah.
they got to come
The
in. They got to be
lemon
somewhere where they can be
kumquat
kind of warm.
Or you
It's
got to
a-
do what the Millennium Gardener does. Go look at all his citrus things. You can keep it outside, but you got to put like all these lights on it and
Yeah,
cover
yeah.
it.
Christmas
and
lights all around
Christmas
here.
lights on his. Yep. To keep it warm and everything. Yes, Miss Lisa. I mean, Miss Cece.
Can
So,
I go before somebody else?
Use them trampoline stakes for your
what you saying,
greenhouse.
Cynthia?
Yeah, that's a good thing. The trampoline stakes for greenhouses. I just found out about that. The trampoline stakes that you would hold down trampoline, they're good for your greenhouse.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really want a greenhouse, but I really don't have the space. The way our backyard is laid out, I don't have the space for the size greenhouse I would want.
I wanted to go before anybody else say something in the chat, and then I recall I have another one.
Okay.
I went from not having any fruit trees, just a lemon, improved Meyer lemon was the first last year I got. This year, I got a list, y'all. But
Give us a list, Cynthia. Give
It's
us
a
Give
a
us
list.
a list.
okay, so I did have a grapevine. So I have a grapevine, and then I was given a new it's called Foxy Lottie. It's a grape cutting. When I went to Gary's, I went over there and he gave me a lot of trees. I have 2 pomegranate trees. One is a dwarf pomegranate, so it's like yay, whatever. And then I have 2 peach trees. I have 3 different plums: Odom plum, Chickasaw plum, and a red skin plum trees. And I have 2 blackberry bushes. One is a wild, one is thornless. 4 blueberry bushes. I have a loquat. I have elderberry. And fig wise, I have LSU, 2 mystery figs. I don't know what they are. Celeste fig and Italian fig. My dragon fruit that are hanging on there. Pink guava and a cherry Barbados.
So how big do some of these get, Miss CC?
Well,
Okay.
I have plenty of space if I needed to plant them all out. I won't plant all. They're going to be in big old containers where most of them going to live in containers. But, I mean, yeah, I went from one to all of these, and a lot of these were given to me. So it's not like I went out and like, let me just go buy. No, they were given. I got stuff from Drill. I got from when I go to people's meetups. They're like, here, take all these trees and take these trees.
Awesome.
I'm like, yeah.
Oh, girl, you got a lot.
I
That
know.
is a lot.
Yeah. Look, that's why you need to go, because you sure enough didn't want to forget that. I was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, oh, when Gina brung up about the kumquats, I was like, oh shoot, I got a loquat too.
Loquat, kumquat, let's just say peach trees, girl.
Yeah. Now, do I know what to do with all these? No, but there's many fruit tree people in the garden community, and I will be asking many questions.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but that's good. That's good though. That's
Hey,
good though.
Cynthia, the your water like flooding situation. We like 2 or 3 years ago, my sister had did all this work putting down the pine chips in all over the garden. And then every year, this time in February, we get this is our flooded month.
Yeah, mine too.
And we don't think about it, but water is a powerful element. And it will wash away, it'll just come and just take everything away. And so it would every year, my sister would just go out there, make it nice and pretty, and the water would just wash them all to our melon mound. Then the next year we try to make it pretty again, then the water would come the next February and wash them all.
Oh.
And so we were like, that's why we put the black weed barrier down. Some people don't like, I don't like that look. Well, that's what works for us
Mhm.
because we weren't fortunate enough to have somebody come dump a bunch of the pine chips. We were buying them,
Yeah.
and
wow.
the water was washing them away.
Yep.
And so that's why we put the
Black
black
Mhm.
weed barrier down.
weed barrier.
Mhm.
And that's what has been working for us.
Mhm.
But our garden is in a low place and
Yeah.
water stands. I could go out there now and there's water standing on the weed barrier, but it ain't washing away our chips.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I
that
mean-
is heartbreaking. I know you was hurting when you went in there and looked and saw your greenhouse, all that water standing in there.
But
You have stuff stored in there and it was
yes,
just in water.
it was. But I went back on the video before where it flooded, and what I had done was by the bench area. I said, I put all these wood chips here because it gets muddy in this spot. Not knowing I'm building this area up, I didn't think about the greenhouse. So it rained after the end, and all the water went because this is high. It went out. I was like,
It went over to the
that ain't my
greenhouse.
own greenhouse. I did that because I didn't think, okay, I need to level this side like I'm doing this side, and that's why I flooded. But that's another reason why I invested in the raised beds. That is, I went with all raised beds. I do have some place where I can, water can come in and it's fine in the low areas in the garden. But I went and got raised beds because I was like, I cannot. It was too heartbreaking every time. I would have all them plants out there, and the water from the ditch would just flow through the garden. So yeah.
And then we do have a peach tree out there, and we put it like on the other side of where our garden is, where it is always wet this time of year. And it almost floated away, that tree. And we had it in the ground, and it was just, we had to take it from over there and put it on the other side of our shed because it's higher. But I had almost like a quarter of an acre of land that's just wet all the time.
I know you got that over there
And
too.
I can't even grow. If I put a greenhouse out there, I'm gonna have to bring in a bunch of gravel or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can make a rice paddy.
That's why everybody like grow rice out there. I'm like, I don't want to grow rice. But yeah, I lost trees when I first moved to my mom's house. My uncle was like, I'm gonna buy you all these, different trees that he had bought me and stuff.
Find somewhere high.
He told me to put them, water be fine. I was like, I don't know, Uncle. It can, it kind of get.
They don't like to be wet.
They don't like to get. They don't like their feet wet after all my trees. But the fig, I saved the fig. Everything else, it drowned out there.
That's question. So listen. So that's any last remarks. We only had one question, Shelley. 2 questions. But Jackie answered those already.
And the other James Street
I love that y'all. Gina said, at least I love that y'all didn't let it keep you from growing food.
No, man, we still had to grow our food. We had to figure it out, but
and that's the truth. And that's with anything. Whether even when you grow your food, you have to
adapt,
persevering.
Yep, adapt and learn. Adapt and
persevering, and you'll figure out what works. You figure out what works. And so, anybody got any last remarks? I feel a pain pill in my future. That's why I'm sitting there like this.
We hope you feel better.
Huh?
I said, well, we hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's at this point, it's almost as par for course. It's just part of a daily thing. That's what I told my sister. I'm just like, it is what it is.
Rashida, I'm gonna say one thing because I know we both deal with sciatic issues and stuff. And let me tell you what, I stopped now a few weeks now. I stopped because I like to drink coffee, and it's not a thing where I drink coffee all the time. But when I do drink coffee, I like a lot of sugar because, like, say, I like sweet, right?
Mhm.
And one of the things that aggravates sciatic is sugar.
Inflammation.
And that was like my big downfall because I'm like, I got to have sugar. So I haven't drank any coffee. And I've been trying to avoid anything where I have to do the added sugar to it, which has been rough. But I've been finding other things that have the natural sugars in it. And it has definitely helped with reducing the pain, not taking it away. Because the weather has something to also do with it. You are in a cold climate. I have arthritis that I figured out in my hip. When the weather's cold outside, like we woke up this morning, it was cold. My hip told me it was cold before I knew what the tip was outside. Because I was like, oh, I'm hurt. Yeah, it's cold outside.
The other day I rolled over and I said, ow. And I thought it was just like a regular ow. My mom was like, is you all right? I'm like, I didn't know I was that loud. But yeah, and that's that's one thing when we talk about health, growing our own vegetables and different things. Getting up off this sugar and carbs and a lot of this processed stuff. It is, I would say it's more than a notion. I did it before, but I was in a different setting. Setting makes a difference.
Yeah.
When I did it before, I went through all my cabinets and I took everything out of my cabinet. And the reason I ended up falling off because I got tired. I felt like I was so stressed out trying to figure out what I can eat, what I can't eat, what's going to do, whatever. And so now it's sort of kind of harder because I feel like I don't have as much control as I did when I was in an apartment by myself. Because then I could isolate myself, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But anyway, so you are right, Cynthia, and I thank you for bringing that up because that's one thing I keep looking at. And I told my nutrition coach, my former nutrition coach, because we ain't been working together in a long time, but this comfort eating, because I'm here all day, every day.
Yeah.
Ain't going no job. And it's like, yeah. So yeah, that comfort eating will get you too, but
yeah.
But I'm on the mend, better every day.
Yeah.
Better every day. She just came off a 19-day water fast, and now I'm eating raw for 2 weeks. Girl.
Girl. I had to force myself to drink water. I could imagine if I
that's the only thing you was drinking all day, every day.
I'm sure you feel better. That's awesome.
Yeah. It brings a lot of inflammation.
Are you doing the meatless Monday too, God Desire? I'm sure she probably is doing meatless Monday.
She doing raw. She ain't eating no meat.
Well, she said she's doing raw, so that means
for 2 weeks. And then after that, meatless Monday sound good.
Right.
And look, anyways, but yeah, but y'all saw what I was snacking on, right?
Not good.
This is stuff I got to while I was in the nursing home. These are gummy nerds, and I love gummy candy. Anything gummy,
I love gummy worms.
Me too. Me
too.
I know. I'm just like, I just like them.
So Gina said she do whatever, but listen, y'all, I ain't gonna hold y'all on here, but yeah, it is always a pleasure to talk to y'all.
Yeah,
even though I be harassing Shelly know I love her, and I believe she loved me. And and I
just want to say I do love Shelly too, and I do give her a hard time because it's just fun. Okay.
Yeah. Listen, let me tell y'all, my feelings do not get hurt easily, and I love y'all. And
Okay.
I'm
I just want to
good.
say, because people will be like, Rashida, she be talking rough to people. That's how Rashida is. Well,
Yeah.
if you get to know me, I'm a rough talker.
Me and Sheeta go way back, but we've
Way,
never
way
met
back.
face to face.
Her first set of locks. I stalked her on Fotkey. Tell you how far back we went.
I think that was before my first set of locks.
Thanks, Gina. Was it? Oh yeah, you had afro. You had loose hair.
Yeah,
But yeah,
so 2000.
Yeah,
That's how far we
been a
go
long
back.
time.
Woo.
It's been a long time, but I really appreciate y'all joining the chat every other week, or however often we do it, for your transparency, for your willingness to come on every time. I do not take it lightly because time is precious. Okay. But we thank you all for coming. Thank you all for joining. Hopefully you take something away that encourages you, inspires you to continue to grow your own food, to try it out, to see what works for you. We're not here to shame you into doing anything or pigeonhole you to do something our way. But we just want to give you some information and tell you what we learned. Because listen, if I can stop you from making a mistake I made, honey, that's money. That's like money in the bank. So I do want to know before you leave this live that you are blessed. You are highly favored. You're the apple of your father's eye. He is absolutely and positively concerned about you. He thinks that you are the best thing since sliced bread. You can cast all of your cares on him and know that God cares for you and he loves you with an everlasting love. And there's nothing and nothing you can do about it. Y'all have a wonderful and a blessed couple of weeks. Now, the guys inside are still talking about these tomatoes. So y'all go through this list.
She wrong. She wrong. It's two left shoes.
Y'all get them tomatoes.
Not in the budget. Not in the budget.
So we'll see y'all again in a couple of weeks. That'll be around the 1st of March or so. So y'all take care. It's nice having you. Thank you for joining.
Yes, thank
Thank you.
you.
Bye, y'all.